Tonight, we check out this week's flight sim news, Black Square's Turbine Duke, Beyond ATC and SayIntentions, and a brand new freeware airport, Milwaukee, from iniBuilds. Hello? Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. It's time for the news. This week, we're going to bring you up to date with all the news making the headlines for our beloved flight simulators. We're also going to check out the upcoming Turbine Duke by Black Square Simulations in association with Just Flight. Then we're going to have an old gawk at Beyond ATC, and we'll compare it and check out SayIntentions, two AI upgrades, if you like, to some single pilot ATC.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. And then we have a brand new freeware scenery from iniBuilds, that of Milwaukee Airport. So we have a bit to show you. Do you know, it is right, it's fairly busy. How are you all getting on? How's the week going for you, right? Are you hanging on in there? I'm just about now, right? We're grand, you know, we're hanging on in there. And with good news, friends, the weather in Ireland is getting better. Yes, it's mild, right? And it's to get nice this weekend. So there'll be barbecues and all that sort of stuff. Do you know, right? It's haven't used my barbecue in a long time now. I'm terrified to see what I'll find when I open it. Right, it's a gas one, so it's not really a real barbecue. I mean, a real barbecue has to be charcoal. But who has the time? I mean, come on, who has the patience? That's the point, you see. You're supposed to have the time and the patience for the barbecue. Do you like barbecue? Do you barbecue? Do you BBQ? But yes, right, that's going to be the crack. So, in terms of news tonight, there's a bit, right? I mean, I suppose the biggest bit of news that we have is Sim Update 15. Delayed. They're working on stuff, right? And I have a terrible feeling that's holding up a number of developers. So we are where we are at, I suppose, or we are at where we are at. But we'll find out what's going on and try and give you the inside scoop, do you know? So now, taste the meat, not the heat. My friend used to always say, if you're burning it, if there's flames, you're doing it wrong, right? And I'd be like, I tried to be Gordon Ramsay in there in the barbecue. Loads of flames, yeah. How'd you like your food, you know, charcoal, crispy and all that, you know? But yeah, there's all this talk of barbecue. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. Happy Wednesday, lads. And who's here? Look, Colonel Fork. My, how the turns have tabled. Brilliant. Great to see you, Colonel Fork. You're very welcome in. Super Typhon is in the chat. Welcome in, Super Ty. Tarnish Mossman. Happy hump day to you. Airlock Doc is in the house. HHD, JJH. Brilliant. Echo Tango is here. Bell Bro, welcome in. Baldrick, a very good evening. Willow How Much has rambled in. Lee Dixon, is good to see you. Viper Strike has returned from vacation and is now catching up to the top of the Premiership. Or so he thinks. Onboard Simulations, you're very welcome aboard. Vacuum is in the house. Captain Sickbag, welcome in, man. Canoe Head, good to see you. Let me see here. Night Zep, happy Wednesday. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well, my friend. Goblin Zeus, good evening. Rookie Pilot is here. Renoir, you're very welcome in. Happy French week. It's all the rage in France this week, isn't it? VE Day, Tour de France, the Olympics, probably an ATC strike, and there's something else as well. What am I forgetting? Something about boats. It's terribly busy in France, do you know? But you're very welcome in. Mick Ham, it's good to see you. Now let me see. There's buttons over here, Murphy. Yes. Sharpie Janie. Now we're laughing, right? Now where are we at? Super Thai Tree Stream Streak. Thank you very much. Sterling, good day. Hope all is well. SK Sun is in the house. Toto, you're very welcome aboard. Spitfire RF 100 is in the chat. Welcome in, my guy. Hangar Studios is here. Welcome in, man. Love your work. You're very welcome in. Alpha's here. Evening all. It's the middle of the week already. So in Ireland, this is a bank holiday week. We had Monday off. Monday was a bank holiday. Every week should have a bank holiday. I'm just saying, right? When I'm in charge, lads, every week there'll be a bank holiday when I'm in charge, right? But anyway, it's when I take power. Right, Cy Murray, good to see you, man. Where are we at? We're over here now. Nutty Snack, good blooming evening. Welcome in, good to see you, man. Dougal McTavish the German. Hello. You're very welcome in, Dougal. Soaring AJH, man. Hope you're well. Mr. 90 is in the chat. Jan Race, good evening. Martel is here. Welcome in, everyone. Let me see now. Stavaris, good to see you. Me streaks through the stream. Oh, look at that. 5 of them. Good man yourself. Streaking in the Golan. Zybok Dog calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope all is well. Let me see. Vince C, welcome in. Helric, a very good evening. Hump Day is once again upon us. So, a top of the week to you all, lovely people. Welcome in. Flipper Alloy, good to see you. Now let me see. Real rough neck. Happy midweek edge to you, man. Al says, I didn't think I need a second monitor, but watching Murph whilst flying is becoming a habit. No! Concentrate on the flying. It's more important. You know, allow my voice to soothe you. If it can do, well, I can look. If I come right down to the microphone now, lads. Right. I mean, that's for later on, though. That's for that's for the 11 o'clock news. Do you know what I mean? And I'll wear a t-shirt or less. Paparazzi, good to see you. Happy News Day, he says. Can't wait to gawk at the wonderful stuff. Right? Brilliant. Gawking. Oh, yeah. Multiple needs. You are grilled for 3 streams, says Ibach. Indeed, I am. Now, let me see. You got 6 inches of snow overnight, says Real Roughneck. Snowing? I don't believe you. Jesus. Where's my invite, says Toto. We're on the way. Al says, same here, Murph. Don't clean it. Just burn off the nasty stuff that's collected over the winter. Yes. How do you like your burgers? With, spider charred things. No, you need to clean it, scrub it up, get the whole thing ready to go, right? And then if you want to be even particularly fancy, you can get some ash wood into the barbecue, close it, and then let the owl. Right, it's a science now, this thing, right? Yeah, right. Just be careful, call for a grown-up, let them light the gadget. My gadget, by the way, the most dangerous of barbecues. So the button that creates the spark, and you turn on the gas, right? Yeah, well, the button gave up long ago, right? So now what you have to do is get a lighter, and we have one of these fancy long nose, long spout. It's a lighter, right? But anyway, so what happens is, and Murphy always does it, you'd be looking over the grill, and Jesus, is it, with the gas, is it making that sound? And then and no matter what I do, woof, a sensation of singed eyebrows. You're not really barbecuing until you kind of lose an eyebrow, though. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you might as well just cook it inside. Do you know? So yes, eyebrows for the win. Energizer, good to see you. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy. Hello, my dude. Sean Dale says, I love the crack at the barbecues. Nearly as good as an evening with Murph. Well, it depends on where the barbecue's at. Do you know? Mrs. Two-Tone got a terrible dose one night. Was it I don't think it was my cooking. It was my mate's cooking a barbecue, right? And ever since then, she's always, how would you like your steak or your burger or whatever? And she'd be like, charred, well done, very well done, right? I'm more of a kind of a medium well, not a medium rare. Medium rare, you lads need to just have a look at yourselves in the mirror, right? I mean, you might as well just pick up the cow and start eating it. Medium well, well, there's a bit of texture, right? Bit of character, bit of flavouring to it, right? But rare and medium rare, you need to have a serious look at yourselves. I mean, you might as well just pick the cow up and start, right, and then, very well or very well done. I mean, what's the point? Where's the taste? Do you know what I mean? All this talk is steak. Now, anyway, Energizer says, seems like at least some developers are deciding to release early despite the delay. Yes. We'll figure out what's happening there now in a moment. Memphis Don is here. Good to see you. Old veteran 965. He says, howdy all. Back again. The plumber's in the house. Jesus. How much does a plumber cost these days in America per hour? Is it like Ireland, as in, we charge you per the hour? Well, you're only here for 5 minutes. It was an hour. Then you have to pay for them to get there, and they never tell you where they started off from. Yeah, right, do you know? What you do? Dan, 1878 is in the house. Good evening, hope you're well. Real Sim Pilot is not here. Welcome in. PH Roy, good evening. Dakey's in the house. Welcome aboard. SimFX gets simulated traffic contrails, further AI optimizations, and more. Thank you, Roy. Yes. So SimFX from Parallel 42. Edson showed it off last night when we raided the channel. But what they're going to be adding, if you don't have multiplayer or AI traffic turned on, because, it impacts on performance, well, they're going to bake a little recipe into the gadget that'll allow you to have contrails, and they're just like AI generated contrails, but it gives you the same effect, if you like, if there were other aircraft flying. Kind of cool, right? Kind of cool. Now where are we at? We're over here, look. Goblin Zeus. A lot of fun stuff in France coming. Absolutely, man. Now, let me see. McCracken Air, good to see you. He says, Murph, hello from SayIntentions. McCracken Air, welcome in, dude. Yes, hope all is well. Jesus, lads, we're on the telly. Malton Aviation says hello from Spain. Hola, hope you're well.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Colonel Fork says, you need 3. 1 for the sim, 1 for Murph, 1 for Navigraph. Right? TV screens. You're literally walking into a load of them. Airlock says, when you got Murph in the second stream while you're flying, just do the opposite to what Murph does. Yes. I often find if you put a mirror against the telly and look at the mirror, it makes total sense. We're going right. No, wait, left. I'm technically right. Do you know what I mean? In what I'm saying. Good news, lads. The finger's nearly the finger's nearly almost entirely healed. There's a tiny little bit of the ow left. But otherwise, I mean, if you were to look at it from afar, it's grand. If you get up and close, personal, you kind of look at it and Jesus. It looks like an old kind of a war wound. You'd say, geez.
They've done studies,
Right. He got a terrible old doing.
60% of the time, it works every time.
But the good news is it's healing. It's amazing what skin can do. Nutty Slack says, I can't help noticing that it's a long way to Tipperary. Do you know what I mean? Krabby1, welcome in. Badgers is in the house. Happy Wednesday, everyone, he says. I just got done with a flight lesson and I felt like I went swimming. 35 Celsius. Jesus, that was hot. God almighty, Badgers, was it bumpy? Usually when it's hot, it's bumpy up there. Well, over here anyway. Do you know? Grill cleaning is easy. Turn it up as high as it'll go, burn up everything, then wipe it down. It's a bit like ourselves, Scott. Yes. Ozymandias, good to see you. Now, where are we at? Fornax. The world news. Yes. Welcome to world news. Muse fan bursts in the door with his knee. He says, how he is yous mad aegis. Welcome aboard. Good to see you, man. Old veteran, 3 streams in a row. The bot lies again. You don't mind the bot. But yes, I have to do the same thing. You squint waiting for it to light, says Redman. You do, though. Do you know? Now, snow last night, going to be 70 Fahrenheit on Friday. It's the mountains. Mountain life, right? Jesus. Now, where are we at? Medium rare chicken. Oh, God. Raw cow for the win. No! What? In Texas, we eat medium or medium rare. Some just say, pass the cow over. Brilliant. You're doing quite well, says Paparazzi to Sean Dale. Airlock says, if it's beef, slap it on the grill. Slap it on the other side, then slap it on my plate. Really? I mean, you start cutting into it. Jesus. Right, no. Yeah, medium well. No, medium well. That's the sweet spot. Now, Martel says, it's dead already, you just need to make it hot. Oh, Jesus. $150 an hour. Per Google on US plumber costs, most plumbers charge $45 to $200 an hour, depending on the type of the job. Do they come with their own, Oh, Jesus, now. Do the plumbers come in with their own theme music? Hello, I'm here to fix your plumbing. Ah, Jesus! How much do they charge? Do you ever see them? I read about them, of course. I was told by, other people, right? Anyway, that's expensive. Nail it down or get it. Or wait, nail it down or I'll get it. Oh, really? Jesus. Wombat49. Wallet is out and ready for action. Oh, Jesus. Hope all is well. Hummingbird, I found a pebble perfectly shaped like a plectrum today. Must be for rock music. Brilliant. Good to see you, Hummingbird. Right, where are we at? We're over here, look. Jesus. I'll catch up with the chat now. Did you see the FedEx landing on its nose wheel? Yeah, that was a great trick, wasn't it? I'd love to be able to do that myself. But yeah, there wasn't much damage done from what I can see. Knock the horns off, wipe, show the flame, and then put it on the plate. Agree to disagree, Murph. Okay. Some like beef mooing. Right? I'm telling you. Angry Lou is here. When your steak moves, it's done. Oh, wait. When your steak moves, it's done. Ah, Jesus, lads. Really? Man, just wave it at the pan. It'll be fine. These are all into your medium rare. Can we steak a frying pan? Maybe. Hangar Studios says, for the rare meat, just add some fava beans and a nice Chianti. And, a phone number to the local medical emergency wing, because, do you know what I mean? UVP digital signage, you're very welcome in. SayIntentions has rambled into the chat here as well, over on YouTube. You're very welcome in, lads. Now, your buttons. Jesus, where are we at? We're over here, look. Thrustset Simulations, good to see you. Well, you're all very welcome in, lads. You're very welcome in. Sean Dale with breaking news. The DCS F4 Phantom finally has a release day. 2 weeks' time on the 21st of May. Jesus, that's huge. That's huge, man. Sun Jammer, he says, I'm going to have a friend to dinner. Right? Welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Jefferson 2001, the man, myth, and legend, has rambled into the chat. Jefferson, how are you, my guy? Hope you're well. Right, when we go into the thing, I keep saying, right, I need to have like some sort of a transition here. Because, I know we're moving back slowly and then I go to the other camera, right? But I was coming home in the car today, I kind of said, Murph, you should have a transition. And well, probably Gibbo told me that months ago and I was like, it's only kind of sinking into my brain. That's how my brain works, right? But, yeah, listen, we'll press some buttons and we'll go over here and do the other thing, right? Now, Larry is here as well. How are you, Larry? Good to see you. Someone press the button. Badgers for 8 months, you absolute legend. Welcome aboard. And thank you very much indeed. Max Lightweight, welcome in. Love a good transition. Ah, yes, I love a good old transition, lads. The DC Designs F14 also got an update today, so it did. Right, what we're going to be checking out, as I said tonight, we have the Turbine Duke. I flew the piston variant of this, the Grand Duke, on Sunday, right? And, tonight I want to show you the Turbine because they are two very different aircraft, even though they look, they don't look the same, kind of. They don't really sound the same. They definitely don't fly the same. So if you looked at the stream on Sunday and, I'm in the same boat, one please, right? Well, have a look at the Turbine as well. Kind of weird here, not working on a Wednesday. I was going to say that, Colonel Fork. That's mad. As long as you can keep your coal. Wait, what? But yeah, right. So we're going to be checking out this momentarily. We're going to pause that though. And in the meantime, we're going to bring up the news, right? The news, lads. So here we have the news. And a big shout out to Vasco over at msfsaddons.com, to Colin and the lads over at to Jesus Murph, get your words right. To Colin with the lads at FS Elite. Yes, we're getting there. To Sergio Costa from Heli Simmer. And from everyone who provides the news and gives us a bit of a hand with, providing the news. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, we shall start. India Foxed Echoes F-35 for the sim just got an awesome new soundtrack. Now, we kind of broke the story a couple of weeks back. One of you guys in the chat told us all about it. But it got a fairly substantial update. There's brand new sounds, but the aircraft also received an update as well. So, one of the most modern military fighters in the sim has received an important update that promises to shatter your ears with fantastic new sound sets. Version 1.3.3 introduces a suite of improvements with a particular focus on an immersive new sound package developed in collaboration with Echo 19. Right? Infidel Fireman is here. Good to see you, man. So India foxed Echo's F-35 Lightning II, highly detailed model of the US 5th generation multi-role fighter, famous for its stealth capabilities, advanced avionics, and versatility in combat. The add-on provides richly simulated experience of the F-35's three variants, the 35A, B, and C, each designed for different modes of operation, anywhere from conventional runway to STOL and even aircraft carriers. So the new version, centerpiece, of course, would be the new sound package. And Echo 19 behind these, they've did the sounds for the F-86 and also the Hawker Hurricane for Aeroplane Heaven. They've now collaborated with India Foxed Echo on an update that completely overhauls the F-35 for a more authentic and groundbreaking auditory experience, right? So interior sounds, simmers will now notice all new sounds of the ECS, engines and afterburners, and outside the aircraft, the update brings new engine sounds that cover the entire operation from startup to shutdown. The sounds are designed to change dynamically based on the aircraft's speed, engine RPM and distance from the listener. Listen below for a preview. So we'll have now listen here, will we? Will we have a listen? We'll have a listen. Shh. Right, hang on now. We'll have to press buttons. And does it go up higher? Right, it goes to like that speed there. Right, are we ready now? Mind your ears, lads. We're jumping into this straight away. Have a now, listen now. That's the one button, Murphy. You big E. Jesus, lad, I had one job. Now, can I just say, right? Absolutely savage sounds. Absolutely incredible sounds. So immersive. They've also included additional sounds that include the proximity-based effects and ambient sounds that vary with flight conditions. There's also an introduction of G-force-driven sounds that will sync well with visual effects like the overwing vapor, enhancing the overall sensory impact of the thing with the yoke, with the gadget, right? Well, the sound set is the star of the show. The F-35 also got additional updates, including the avionics, displays, and its liveries. Full release notes are below. So they fixed a bug causing time indication on the control bar to show 24 instead of 00, Port L. Jack Bauer. Removed duplicate entries in the autopilot. Slight modification to effects of crosswind on the flight dynamics. Added HMD bore sight and the GCAS reference or preferences to permanent variables. They reworked the afterburner effects. Angle of attack bracket now adapts to the model, be it an A, B, or C variant. Additional key bindings are now disabled by default. They can be enabled with the option in the menu screen. Fixed multiple minor glitches on the PCD fuel interaction, and so on. They've even fixed up the head-mounted display, the primary control display, the sounds, of course, and we got a couple of tweaks and also two brand new liveries, including the VMFA 311 and also the Royal Australian Air Force 75 Squadron. So there's been a fair whack of stuff there, right? It's quite good, right? So that's a free update. If you have India Foxed Echo's F-35, you can go ahead and grab it. If you bought it from resellers, you'll see it should pop up in your stores very, very soon, right? It's very good though, isn't it? Very, very good. Jenk, thank you for the follow. You're very welcome in. So moving on. Digital Flight Dynamics, well, they continue their work on their freeware Airbus A350 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's almost been a year since the last dev update from Digital Flight Dynamics, a team of developers working on a promised high-fidelity freeware simulation of the mighty Airbus A350. The team isn't very vocal outside of their own Discord server, but still provides a yearly look into the ongoing work behind the scenes that at least gives an indication of the project's current status. So, it's that time again. Digital Flight Dynamics have published another update in their Discover 350 series, showcasing the A350 project for the sim and what they have managed to implement over the last year. This fourth episode delves deep into the new enhancements that are shaping this ambitious add-on into something that we expect to be quite special. Let's have an old gawk. So in the video, we'll keep that's like a 20-minute. They have a look at the flight dynamics and the avionics. So they start off with the avionics, so you can see all the main screens here. The A350 probably most comparable to probably the 787, right? In and around that. And well, as we can see from the screens here, it's like loads and loads of glass, right? Tons of glass. And looking down to the menu system, again, it looks very, very clear. And a lot of this you'd see probably on the A380 as well. Different developers, but they're mimicking the same set of avionics, the same kind of controls and stuff, right? P.S. Miranda is here. Hello there. Hope you're well. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good, right? Now, the avionics checklists are also included in these. Again, click of a button and up will come up your list. You can follow them. What else do we have? The CPDLC.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes. Very handy as well, right? So when it comes to your ATC communications, well, you can contact them via your CPDLC, which is really handy, right? 61 Tree, hey Robbie, good to see you, man. So what else do we have? Avionics surveillance. So this is pretty much just looking at, well, what the aircraft is doing. You have weather systems, TAWs are in there, transponder settings, TCAS, elevation tilt. It's all there, right? Airport database. So you can put in your own airport ident, and it should give you a number of information regarding the runways, the lengths, headings, all that sort of stuff. And then we have some updates regarding some of the texturing on the aircraft, and some of this looked absolutely brilliant, right? So they're up close and personal renders of some of the textures we can expect inside the aircraft, and they look very, very nice. High definition, high resolution, all that sort of jazz. Look at the friggin' coat hangers, like. I mean, what? They're going into coat hangers, right? You can see here the main control yoke. Or stick, I beg your pardon, and looks the job, right? It'd be great to see all this now kind of slap bang where it belongs, but like, look at some of the details there, lads. Doesn't it look very, very good? Look, thumbprints, handprints, right? Looks very, very nice. The main throttle body looks decent, and again, they're beautiful renders. But look at the detail: fingerprints, bits of dust, grime, all the jazz is there. Looks very, very realistic, and. Right? Inside the flight deck, the jump seat is done there. Again, it's just done very, very nice. Unique star pattern. Ooh. Pause the stream, I need a wee. Bloody slag, hold it in. Look at the textures here, look. When it comes to like stitching and like, I don't know how well that shows up in the stream, but like, holy crap, it looks very good, right? It looks very, very good. Now, driving on there, Murph. So we can see here just more of the same. It's just these beautiful looking textures. And then when it comes to the 3D modeling, you'll see it up here. Hopefully we'll see it appear here before I need to restart YouTube. But you get the idea, right? Cargo hold underneath the aircraft. And a lot of detail is going into this. A lot of detail, which is great to see. And then we have your systems progress. So here's probably a slightly better view. You can see some of the textures here. You can see the avionics doing their thing. And well, it's looking good, right? It's looking good. So, in the video, Plasma, the latest avionics expert to join the team, walks us through the upgraded MFD with the integration of flyby simulations. The FMS version 2, planning a flight in the A350, promises to be as realistic as it gets. The system is now capable of processing detailed flight plans, including your SIDS and STAR transitions directly through the MFD, just like in the real cockpit. Plasma shows how simmers can craft a flight plan from zero to ready. The process is intuitive, pulling data seamlessly from SimBrief to streamline route planning. The checklists, they also update an implementation of checklists within the aircraft's MFD. The checklists are accessible through the menu. Pilots can interact with the sensed and not sensed items. Sensed items are automatically marked complete by the aircraft systems when the criteria are met. So you get a green light when you do it. You know, turn on light. Right, it'll automatically go to the next one. Realistic textures. This update also provides a look into how the level of visual detail is coming along, from the wear on the throttle levers to subtle signs like fingerprints. Textures tell a story of a well-used cockpit, and we saw them there. It looks absolutely incredible. Then at the end of it, they go through the dynamic systems development, giving us a peek into the work of how the systems are all built together. So DFD is crafting an experience that grows with community input. They're inviting developers familiar with Rust to help refine the A350 systems and encouraging pilots and aviation professionals to contribute their expertise. So if you'd like to contribute, do check out their Discord. So we've no idea on when it's coming out, but the A350 from Digital Flight Dynamics, it's a freeware project. It looks very, very good indeed. Now, the Diamond DA50 RG from Skyward Simulations in association with Orbex, well, it's now available. We flew this the other day in a preview, right? And I have to say, it's a really, really nice aircraft. And the price of this thing is very, very good, right? So they've released it. It's now available. The DA50 RG, powered by the Ostro engine AE300. That's a 300 horsepower turbo diesel engine known for its durability and fuel efficiency. The aircraft structure predominantly made from carbon fibre, which is favoured for its strength to weight ratio. The real-world DA50 RG, retractable gear, it's a standout in its class for its operational capabilities. It can cruise at 20,000 feet at a speed of about 180 knots. So it's now released, and the beautiful thing about all of this, lads, well, it's the price. It's available on Orbex for about $16.41, €15.24, or £13.07. One of the biggest features, I think, is the very, very good sound set by Boris Audio Works. And of course, we saw, you know, some of the guys working on Cows with their DA42. They've also worked on this as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Have a look back on last week's stream. You'll see it. And if you're just in the market for a very nice general aviation airplane that has a lot of features, it hand flies so well, this thing. It's beautiful flying. And there's some really kind of smart stuff put in as well. The emergency landing gear, if the gear doesn't lock and you try and slip it, the gear will actually move, and it's done really, really well. There are planned features for updates coming down the line. I think they're going to be looking at the circuit breakers. They might add in an EFB. You have all these things they're thinking of doing. So it's a very, very nice aircraft. And for the price, lads, this is excellent. It's really good. You can open the doors. The sound set is like, they're some of the best you can get. Boris does such an amazing job. And it's just a really nice airplane to fly. Do you know? Really, really nice. So that's now available. Do be sure to grab it. Hangar Studios have a massive update. So they do, right? So we'll get the spiel here ready, right? So an update. Microsoft approved to be on the lookout for Xbox users. So the aircraft available now for Xbox. But there's also, a powerful tool coming in the future. The PMS 50 GTN 750 are going to be made available for Xbox. What? I'm telling you, right? So where's it now? I'm almost certain of this. Where are we now? So the features that's included in this aircraft, by the way, if you haven't seen Hangar Studios aircraft, there's an absolute ton of them. And this is a project that's been kind of amazing. When this first came out, I won't say it was rough and ready, but if you remember back to the first release of when the Navion came out to where it is today, and the sheer amount of systems, how nice the thing is to fly, the sounds are all there. Everything's been updated and remodeled. Like if you were to compare this to what Hangar Studios started off with, very hard to compare them. The feature set on this aircraft now is massive. It's massive, right? 4K textures, the 3D modeling is on point, highly detailed liveries, all clickables are animated and operational, right? It's using the new CFD, that's the computational fluid dynamics. Detailed checklists included, manual, reference speed included, tablet included, experimental instrument HUD to help learn IFR, custom lighting effects, windshield effects, startup smoke, tip tanks, you can turn them on or off, window dividers. There's a whole load of customization with this aircraft, right? Check out this though. The GNS 430 530 default GPS units with swappable GTN 750, all with native working title integration. Absolutely incredible, right? And it'll work once you have the PMS 50 or the TDS 750 as well, which is super handy, right? Hangar Studios, absolutely incredible work here. So there's been quite the update, and you can see from the pictures here, lads. Do you know what I mean? It's a beautiful airplane. We've flown this quite a bit. We've flown all Hangar Studios aircraft. It's very, very nice. Now, where are we at? So what we're saying here is, right? I need to read this right, so I'm not telling you wrong information. The GTN units, the PMS 50, are going to be made available for Xbox, and that's going to be the first for Xbox users, the very first time. PC has had this feature for a while, and the Ryan B Super 260 from Hangar Studios 713 has both units now working in tandem with the flick of a switch. The PMS 50 freeware version is included for now for the Xbox users, and the Nav B should be available in the coming days. So this is a huge update, but effectively the big news here is you're getting these aircraft on Xbox, but you're also getting access to the PMS 50 GTN 750 if you're on Xbox. That's a huge thing. First aircraft, I think, to do it. But yeah, great stuff here now. And you can see with some of the aircraft, the L-17B, the B itself, and also the Cam Air, they're a very unique old airplane, but they fly so well. They're beautiful, right? These planes are the best bang for your buck. Absolutely. So if you were to say, right, to buy the Devil, where does one buy it, right? Where's it now? So if you go to Sim Market, or even you can go to Orbex either, but just to show you the pricing, right? You can buy the aircraft from Orbex for €11.41 or £9.81, right? What? What's it like on Sim Market? Probably a little bit dear. We'll check out flightsim.to as well. Always compare your prices, lads. Very important. €11.24, that's the same. And then on flightsim.to, how much are you? $11.83, slightly dearer there, right? Slightly dearer. But like, for the price, lads, right? Absolutely incredible. First one of my aircraft, the Chancellor 414, has it already. Oh, really? Chancellor 414 has it already. Jesus. Awesome. Oh, Jesus, what a close. Awesome news from Hangar Studio 713. And it's great now to see this on Xbox. So, fantastic, right? A crew of 5. Who? In and out, they are getting after it, a crew of 5. The planes are the best bang for buck, indeed. The prices fluctuate from minute to minute. Yeah, well, they're using currency rates and that, Now, moving on, hold your horses. So the 777, when is it coming out? Well, if you read through the forums, Matthias Cox said that they'll always give about 2 weeks notice prior to the release of the aircraft, right? So, development of the 777, we're looking forward to it. We can't wait to go flying, and we're all trying to figure out, well, when is it going to be released? I mean, we wanted this thing before across the pond, right? But anyway, Robert Randazzo, CEO of PMDG, provided a new update today that sheds light on the current status of the project and the meticulous approach being taken as the release nears. He's reinstated a key promise. PMDG will give at least 2 weeks advance notice of the release date. They haven't given that notice yet. So a couple of more pictures surfaced. We saw this one here looking down onto the FMC and also this beautiful exterior shot looking back in. It looks absolutely incredible. But, where PMDG are at, the release date remains under wraps, with Robert noting, when we're finished, we're finished. So until then, well, they're not, right? So, yeah, pretty cool, right? Where are we at now? I think I'd like a PMDG 787. Well, listen, let's get the 777 out. I mean, look at it, right? Stunning airplane. And I'm really excited to get this in the sim. So let's see what happens. Now, Just Flight. We like Just Flight. They've shared a new update regarding the Fokker 70-100 series. And we have some very nice pictures here, right? So Just Flight have recently shared a dev update for their upcoming Fokker 70 Professional for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Since the last update, Just Flight have been busy working on bringing the aircraft to life by implementing the hydraulic, the flight control, landing gear systems, as well as refining the flight and engine model to match the real-world aircraft. They've also previewed functional displays for the first time, but mentioned that some tweaking is still required. They're going to be moving on to the autopilot and then the auto throttle systems next. Just Flight have also been working on a selection of liveries from around the world, and so far they have Air Berlin, Air France, Air UK, Alliance, American, British Airways, Germania, KLM, Helvetic, Qantas, Spanair. There's lots of them. And look at the pictures. Look how nice this thing looks. Beautiful looking, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. So again, this is another kind of a classic regional jet on the way out. And the details on this look insane, don't they? Really, really nice. So they're working on it, amongst other things. Just Flight have been very, very busy this year. Like when you think about the releases that they've had, even the recent releases that they've had, they've been flat out, and it's great to see. So yeah, this the Fokker 100, or sorry, the Fokker 70 100. I'm really looking forward to this aircraft because big old classic jetliner, do you know? So no release date as of yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. And once we figure out. Now, staying with Just Flight, this came out about 6 hours ago. Wait till you hear this. So, further previews of the Black Square Dukes are still coming out, right? Number of YouTube videos, streams, so on. Wait till you hear this. Regarding our plans for release, we have considered all options and feel the right thing to do is release it as soon as it's ready, offering options during the installation in terms of which version of the sim you are running. This means that users of both sim updates will be able to enjoy the Duke immediately, and once Sim Update 15 releases, all users can simply return to the installer and re-download it for the updated version. If you do want to be informed the minute the Duke releases, you should already head to the product pages over on Just Flight's website, and you can click the button Email Me when available. This is genius. So what Just Flight are doing, they're saying, look, we don't know if the sim update is coming this week or next week or whatever. Here is the aircraft as is. And as soon as they update Sim Update 15, just come back to us and we'll have the update ready for you. Genius, right? And the reason why you're saying, why do they need to update it? There are new features coming with the Sim Update 15, right? There's new tyre physics, landing physics, there's changes to the avionics. There's changes done that the aircraft has to be updated to work and kind of take advantage of. Do you know what I mean? But in the meantime, and look, I have the Dukes. I've been flying the crap out of these. They're absolutely superb. And I'm on Sim Update 14. I'm on what we all have, right? Superb. So, you know, keep an eye on it, lads. I think absolutely, without a question, the Dukes are right at this moment in time. The Dukes are like, they are where it's at when it comes to general aviation. The Tomahawk just before it, the Dukes are where it's at now. There's like awesome stuff put into this. And again, I streamed it on Sunday. You're going to see the Turbine Duke now tonight. As a twin-engined aircraft, it is something quite special, right? Absolutely brilliant. So, moving on. FSDG have released, is it Teruel Airport? Teruel. Anyway, let's go for it. They've released a very unique airport that Murphy can't pronounce, located in Spain. Yes, it says Lima Echo Tango Lima. Unlike typical commercial airports that handle passengers and cargo, Teruel serves a unique aviation hub to where airliners send their aircraft for long-term storage and maintenance. In fact, it's the largest facility of its kind in Europe. FSDG's recreation of the airport promises a detailed and realistic depiction of a distinctive airport, known in the aviation industry for its extensive storage and maintenance facilities, and the developer has focused on accurately recreating these features. The virtual rendition of the airport includes vast parking areas filled with various aircraft types, from regional jets to the large decommissioned airliners, each realistically positioned. It's available now over on Aerosoft. It's about $15, and there are some pictures here that you'll probably get an idea. Like, it's like, what's the name of the one up in, there's one in California, lads, just off Route 66. Now, I think that's more of a graveyard, but this is like a parking and maintenance facility in Spain. And there's a ton, look, you got 747 Classics, there's all sorts of stuff in here. This is a place I need to visit in the real world and just walk around for a while, right? Tarmac Aerosave. Look at that in a class, right? So it's a huge facility, very interesting airport. I mean, put it this way, this would be great flying aircraft to and from the area, right? Pretty cool. So it's available now. You can pick it up over on Aerosoft for about $15, and it is called Teruel Airport. The ICAO code is Lima Echo Tango Lima. All right, good stuff. Vertical Sim are back at it again, and they've released St. Petersburg Clearwater International Airport, Kilo Papa India Echo, KPI, for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, Vertical Sim has expanded its portfolio of airport sceneries for the sim with the addition of St. Petersburg Clearwater International. It's over in Florida, near Tampa, on the west coast. The medium-sized airport serves as a strategic hub in the region, accommodating a variety of aviation activities. Vertical Sim has carved a niche with their focus on regional and smaller airports that are often overlooked by some of the larger developers. KPI is the latest in a product line that includes airports such as Tampa, Ontario, and Syracuse. It's a significant base for a number of airlines, featuring more than 60 routes that connect to other US airports. Many of these have been previously developed by Vertical Sim. So we have a new gadget here, new airport here. So it's typically from Vertical Sim. It incorporates a series of features that should ensure a good balance between high fidelity and performance. For example, right, you get the entire airport, but they've also included some of the interiors, and they've also included some static models belong to the Coast Guard. That includes their C-130s and their Jayhawks, as well as high-resolution textures for the airport buildings, and the updated layout is based on 2024. This is pretty nice. You can pick this up now. You can get it over on Contrail. It's about $17, right? I'm going to grab it, and we'll probably put this into a flight plan for next week. But yeah, it's another great little scenery over that neck of the woods. If you like flying in Florida, we're starting to get some really nice options. Just need a payware for somewhere like Opelika or Opelika. Do you know what I mean? Soaring AJ says, got my first helo training flight there. No way. No way. That's awesome. And yeah, well, as I said, we're going to be going. It's a beautiful part of the country. David White, good to see you. Like, the scenery over this neck of the woods in the sim, lads, it's gorgeous. It's stunning, right? So that's now released. So great job. iniBuilds have released a freeware airport. We're checking this one out tonight, and it features that of Milwaukee International Airport. In a surprising gift, iniBuilds are getting kind of handy at doing this, right? I mean, they're giving us more free stuff. Nothing wrong with free stuff. In a surprising gift to the community, iniBuilds have today released a freeware version of Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport, Kilo Mike, Kilo Echo. It's another meticulously detailed airport from iniBuilds, opening the opportunity for simmers to visit Wisconsin. To visit Wisconsin and explore the busiest airport in the state. Tasty beverage time. So the airport holds particular interest due to its diverse range of operations, including commercial, cargo, general aviation, along with its strategic geographic placement near Chicago. The airport's layout features multiple runways and a complex terminal that can challenge pilots with various weather conditions, especially during the snowy winter months. The airport's role as a hub for airlines like Southwest also provides simmers with numerous domestic routes to simulate. Its combination of busy air traffic and seasonal weather variations do make for a dynamic and interesting environment. We have a little video here we'll show you, Willie, for the crack, right? Pause that for a minute. We'll look at the video. We're going to check out this on the stream here now in a few moments. Anyway, we'll give it a blast and see what happens. So, bit of music there, maestro. That to do. Right. Let's check it out, man. So what we're looking at here, lads, this is a freeware airport available now from iniBuilds, and is available right now in the sim, right? So we'll ramble on a bit because we're going to be showing this one off, right? You can grab it now from the iniBuilds official website, download it through the Ini Manager, and it's yours for free, right? So, I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's free, right? So get this, there's a cargo airline in the Congo called Serve Air Cargo that has one 727 freighter in operation. That's pretty cool, Sterling. That's pretty cool. Now, Beyond ATC launches in early access for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we're starting to see a lot of content come out with Beyond ATC. We're going to be checking this out tonight along with SayIntentions, right? Both programs offering similarities in terms of what they can do, but if you're like me, there's a lot of us thinking, well, what's going to be best for our flying needs? We're going to delve in a little bit deep. But anyway, the highly anticipated air traffic control add-on, Beyond ATC, has officially launched in early access for the sim, promising a transformative experience for simmers looking to enhance the ATC experience in the simulator. Developed with the help of cutting-edge AI technology, Beyond ATC introduces ultra-realistic ATC interactions with over 250 AI voices, featuring regional accents from around the globe. The system currently supports IF4 flight modes, VF4 is coming at a later stage, integrating seamlessly with SimBrief for comprehensive flight planning and operations. The early access release includes a full IF4 capability for jetliners and general aviation across most of the world. Key features include dynamic runway sit and star selection based on wind conditions, alongside capabilities for pilot reports, direct-to routing, and altitude adjustments. It also supports ILS and visual approaches determined by weather, offers navigation vectors, and maintains a growing database for custom user data for airport-specific standard operating procedures. Beyond ATC in early access means that not all of the product's planned features are available, and in fact, it's not just about the communication, it also aims to control all AI traffic within the sim, promising a future where AI traffic behaves with realistic operational logic. This and other features are explained in the video posted a few days ago. So what features are available within the early access? Well, full IF4 for jetliners and GA, most everywhere in the world. 250 plus premium and basic voices with accents from around the world, voice, button or co-pilot communication, highly realistic FAA and ICAO phraseology, dynamic runway sit and star selection, PIREPs, direct twos, altitude changes, full sim brief integration, ILS approaches, visual approaches based on weather, vectoring is there as well, and an ever-expanding list of custom user data. What features are still in development? Well, VF4, traffic injection, emergency procedures, oceanic procedures, and then a VR interface. It can still be used without this in VR, but they want to put in their own VR interface for this. It's available now. The core service is priced at $29.99. That's a one-time purchase that includes a free basic voice model, providing quality voice outputs for ATC, including traffic. It also features unlimited push-to-talk functionality at no extra cost. The optional premium voice model delivers enhanced realism with a variety of voices and accents priced on a cost-per-character basis, like the old Telegram system. The initial purchase grants 50,000 free characters for the premium model, with additional character bundles available for purchase. All right. Hey, John Bates, good to see you. So, as I said, we're going to check this one out and check out SayIntentions as well, just so you guys have a more informed decision maybe which one you'd like to get. Is there a need for this sort of an add-on in the sim? I think yes. I mean, look, we're still running our own ATC program, our own course, which is getting pilots to go from kind of, I can't do a thing to I can do a little bit using flightsim, right? And when you're dealing with people, real people, that offers its own challenges, and it can be very dynamic, right? But there's still a market for this stuff because, well, not everyone wants to fly online and have I need to do this now. There's rules to be followed when you're flying on the likes of a flightsim or Pilot Edge and so on and so forth. So there is definitely a market for this, especially if you're going to use something like this as a stepping stone. When you get comfortable with a program, be it Beyond ATC or SayIntentions, well, this will absolutely push you in the right direction, right? But again, we'll have a look at this now in a moment. Now, the big news that came out, of course, was Microsoft Flight Sim Update 15 delayed. So, They're telling us that the issue is to come down with the game development kit. That's what they reckon, right? But the eagerly awaited Sim Update 15, which was expected to release this week, has encountered another setback. The community was waiting for the update to drop on Tuesday, but instead met by a statement from community manager Jane, revealing that the latest beta introduced new critical issues that necessitated further delays. Jane highlighted two main problems: a WebAssembly missing content, that's WASM. There was an error and performance issues on the Xbox, mainly with stuttering and freezing. And the WASM error had already been addressed in the new update beta, which also resolves the minor issues such as DirectX 12 aerial pop-in, which is, we've seen that at airports. So that's now fixed in this beta, but they're not fully ready to release this as a standalone update because the Xbox stuttering and freezing issues persist. They're linking these recent updates to the game development kit. And the game development kit, I think, is like the inroads of Flight Sim 2024. They got to see how the whole thing is working in the current build. The team is actively working on a solution with the interim measuring, like enabling rolling cache suggestions to mitigate any of the problems. It's an unfortunate but necessary development, considering the importance of Sim Update will have. Not to mention, it's probably going to be the last Sim Update we see. Goes on tight, Murph. Jesus, that's a cough and a sneeze. I hope I'm not becoming ill. Now, in fairness, right, if I get the man cold or anything like that, like, it's not like I kind of over-exaggerate things on my finger, do you know? So it'll be grand, right? Jesus, got on the Lemsip. But anyway, this is the last planned update for Flight Sim 2020 as the team will shift its entire focus then to Flight Sim 2024, right? So the bigger thing here is the delay is also affecting third-party developers who align their add-on releases and updates with the Sim update schedule. Many developers are now facing further uncertainties about the release plans. So, you know, we've seen what Just Flight have done, which is genius. PMDG, they're working on their own aircraft, I think, before it goes anywhere else. But some other developers are like, listen, we need to get this stuff out in order to start work on something else. So I'm hoping they get this resolved soon. Microsoft did say, look, as soon as we have it done, we're going to release it. But there's definitely a problem there with Xbox. And I look at, we can hypothesize to figure out, well, why is there an issue with Xbox? We go back to Sim Update 5 when they turned on the switch and made Xbox flying possible. I don't know. WASM was a huge issue there, wasn't it? So it's hard to kind of to gauge it. But look, I would rather them not releasing it if there was a problem. Because, well, we don't want that, right? We absolutely don't want that headache. We want to make sure that when they do release it, it's all tickety-boo. And like there's a couple of new issues in the sim. There is pausing and stuttering. If they're seeing it now on Xbox, hopefully they know what the issue is as well. So yeah, let's see what happens. Give them a little bit of time here, lads. Hopefully your sim right now is running well, and it's not like we haven't got stuff to do, right? Game-changing stuff coming in with Sim Update 15. We have the new rotor physics for choppers. We have the new ground physics, tires and all this for touchdown. There is more efficiency put in there. There are improvements and enhancements done. We should get slightly better performance and other bells and whistles. Bring back full screen mode when you turn on the sim, for example. But I would rather them get this right before they release it, you know? Yeah, I think so. That could be an issue as well, Contango. A lot of the French guys have a few days off holidays. They're on vacation this week, you know? Alf, you take care, man. Really glad that SimFX came prior to Sim Update 15. Really makes the sim great, says Dita. Yeah, there you go. Some people in the Netherlands too. Ooh. Yeah, look, it depends on where developers are at. Some can release pre-Sim Update 15. Some really can't. So it was great to see Parallel 42 release SimFX because, yeah, there are some beautiful effects with that program. And hopefully we're going to see the Dukes very, very soon. That's the hope. Now, moving on. Thrustmaster. And we're over to Sergio Costa here of Helisimmer. Well, Thrustmaster have announced a brand new AVA joystick base. What? The company's new product is a leap forward as the company responds to the needs of simmers. One of the things that has been mentioned about Thrustmaster was the lack of the ability to customize them, but also the fact that the interiors were always predominantly made out of plastic. Well, not anymore, at least with the newest product. The AVA base, that's the Advanced Versatile Aviation, comes with an all-metal interior and a few customization options, some of which we have already seen on other brands, but they will have a new one, which is quite interesting and something that Sergio had thought about in the past. With the AVA, you'll be able to select a spring for strength and a cam, which will change the axis behavior and diminish the center feeling, like the zeroing thing, right? Let me see, the Gigliotis. Am I on the beta version? Negative, dude. I'm on Simulate Day 14. Check what this does, right? It changes the center feeling, but it also comes with 3 different plates to reduce the axes travel from 30, 36, and 43 degrees of movement. State-of-the-art technology has been used, says Thrustmaster, and to provide us with unparalleled precision and responsiveness. I've no other news on this, but do check out the video. So basically what they've made here is basically a way that you can customize the movement and overall control of your control, right? In a box, man. Good to see you, man. This is really interesting coming from Thrustmaster. This is where we're at with the likes of Virpil. Windwing, I'm unsure. I imagine so. But this is very much taking a page out of the Virpil book of how to make stuff cool. Like, that's a base for your joystick. Do you know what I mean? And we already know Virpil can take the Thrustmaster sticks and vice versa, because the connections are all the same. But look at this. Look at the customization you can do from Thrustmaster. This is really, really interesting, considering this is what Virpil does. I mean, that's the level of customization we get with Virpil. Price-wise, couldn't tell you. But as a base, I mean, if you're using the Warthog HOTAS base from Thrustmaster, this is a serious bit of hardware to consider, because it gives you way more control over what the bit of hardware is doing. Yes, you can change the springs. Yes, you can get extensions and all this for the Warthog. It's actually pretty cool. This is different. This is a different kettle of fish. So it'll be interesting to see how this is all pushed out, what the prices are going to be. This is going to be interesting. It's great to see that Thrustmaster are going this direction as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, thought that was interesting. Fair play to Sergio Costa for letting us know what the crack is as well. It's the state of it, right? Brilliant. So yeah, great job. So moving on, VATSIM events. Well, what's happening over the next couple of days, right? Well, friends, there's one, I think, it's not on Friday. I think it's on Friday week. VAT Air are doing one, right? Let me see. Friday. I don't think it's this Friday. No, I think it's Friday week. They're doing a big fly-in into Dublin. But any events on over the weekend? Well, there's one here, Nairobi and Zanzibar. This is of particular interest, of course, FireFly Air. We've opened our newest hub in Nairobi. And well, this one here, join us for another edition of our African Air Bridge, this time linking both Nairobi and Zanzibar. Fancy a quick 1 hour hop between the two? We'll be here with full ATC coverage between both airports. Also, a very famous British singer was born on the island of Zanzibar and is known for one of the greatest singers in the history of rock music. Can anyone guess who that is? Does anyone know? Right? Does anyone know? So the departure and arrivals from 1200 Zulu to 1500 Zulu in Nairobi, and departure and arrival from 1200 to 1500 in Zanzibar. Right? There you go. Yeah. He is no. Tell you lads, a pub quiz. We need to go to a pub quiz. We're going to win it. Right? I'll have you all there on the phone. I'll be streaming it, asking you the questions. You'll have the responses. We're going to win a box of USA assorted biscuits or a bottle of Jameson. It's going to happen, right? But anyway, that is a VATSIM event on this weekend. It's an interesting one. It's from Zanzibar and Nairobi, so do be sure to check it out. Now, speaking of FireFly Air, well, I have to say that the stat pages are getting updated very quickly, and we can see a lot of movement in all our different leagues. So every time you fly with FireFly Air, if you don't know what it is, what are they talking about? It's a virtual airline. It's a free virtual airline. It gives you reason to fly in the simulator. We have company routes, we have missions, you have all this sort of cool stuff. Or if you just like flying in the sim, you can connect to our virtual airline, just fly what you fly, and every mile you fly, well, you get an experience point, an XP point. And we have league tables. And every time you fly, you generate XP. And there's further things coming down the line with an economy mode and all of this. But when you fly, you generate XP. So does our airline. And when our airline hits a specific target, we open up a brand new hub somewhere in the world, and we rinse and repeat. Brand new missions, company routes, well, they're all there. And we also then rank the highest performing pilots. And basically how it works is the top 3 pilots of every single league, well, these guys get to vote on the next hub that we open. It's kind of cool, right? So Viper's Premiership at the moment, we can see Sean Dale, Paparazzi just behind, MDA is in there, Restoring 226 and Devil Dude, and Viper Strike now back off his vacation. Well, he's going to be eating up the mileage in front of him. The League 1, the Dirty Dozen, we can see Quasar Core, Dakey's in there, Toto, Reckless Ray, and Gibbo starting to jump up there. Good stuff from Gibbo. League 2, Field of Dreams, we have Sterling Moss, Kahari, and Tiger Shark, followed by Canoe Head and Simon Murray. League 3, the Motley Crew, right? We have Obslinks, we have Big Boss, Francis, Fierce Wolf, and Alison Johnson. The Road to Glory. This is the best league in the whole thing, right? Because I'm there. But we have Assidious, Large Alive, Blanche, Druid Zeus, and this Aegis. And Bobby Allen is like, he's standing behind me. And then we have the Skoda Conference for pilots who don't necessarily need to be in a league as such. They do a little bit of flying here and there. Well, that's what you guys, that's how you guys are shaping up on the main leaderboard. So it's great to see all this activity. If you've never, if you've never done anything with, a virtual airline, it can be a lot of fun. We now have more VATSIM stuff there, so we're going to, there's going to be more, I won't say realistic, but there's going to be more content aimed at kind of online flying with our virtual airline as well. All you need to do, head on over to twotonemurphy.com. It'll bring you to this website. Beautiful website designed by our very own Gibbo. And if you ramble over on the top bar, you'll find FireFly Air, and there's a whole load of information, starting off with the FireFly Air wiki. A wiki. It wasn't a wiki, a wiki. And here, it's a one-stop shop for all our answers. You can click on the initial setup. This was all created by 6 Knots. Kieran did loads of work on this. It explains the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the whole gadget. And if you're on the Xbox, well, you can use this too, because you can submit what's called a pilot report or a PIREP, right? So when you fly an Xbox, you can go in and do the thing. We also have then a number of downloads that are available, again, for FireFly Air, or even just some really, really nice liveries and add-ons. So we have this one here, for example. We have the C-160s by Cyrus T. We have the brand new Alpha designed livery, which we're starting to see on most of the fleet, including the 146, the 737s, the A320s, and there's more on the way. And we have our own sound sets with a very sophisticated airline captain and a cabin crew. Lovely voice, and there's a ton of, this is all for free. There's nothing here only having enjoyment out of your sim. That's all. It's all free, right? There's a ton of stuff there. There's even truck sim stuff as well. I need to get back into truck sim. There's loads of stuff here. All right, so do be sure to check it out. Including we have Alison Johnson's the Sheila Scott livery as well. So there's a ton of stuff there. Make sure you ramble over. It's twotonemurphy.com. It's a free website. You can grab what you need to grab. All the ATC stuff is there as well that we're doing on our current courses. It's all there in the square. All right? Right, friends. So we continue now with the scrimmage. So what we're going to do, we're going to check out first the Black Square Turbine Duke, which is being sold with Just Flight, and we're going to check this one out here briefly. Now, bearing in mind, it's still work in progress. The aircraft is not fully released yet, so if we do see anything weird or wonderful, well, we'll try not to worry too much because the aircraft is still in development, right? Now, as I said, we flew the piston variant the other day, and the reason why I wanted to show you this, because you're probably scratching your head thinking, do I want one or do I want the other? The best value is if you buy both aircraft together, right? The Turbine Duke, well, it features different engines straight away, but also different capabilities. It flies differently, it sounds different, and all the checklists, well, they're done differently also, right? From the visual, Jesus, I'm after going up onto the roof. From the visual representation, just like the Piston Dukes, this aircraft is absolutely stunning. The model work, the texturing, the use of PBR, the details. Look at the state of this. The static ports, right? They have removed before flights that actually move in the direction of the wind and its strength. Absolutely incredible, right? The de-ice features when it comes to the boots on the wings. You can actually see the membrane expand and retract based on the switches and your various tests. The sound is some of the best I've ever heard, and it's just an all-around awesome general aviation aircraft. It's awesome, right? It's on a whole new level of coolness, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to hop in, go through its checklists, power it all up, take it for a very short flight. Then we're going to throw some ATC in there to see how they start behaving. So I'm also at Milwaukee, so we'll be checking out this airport as well. See how everything's organised, right? Brilliant. So welcome to the cockpit, and we can see, right, we have these massive engines. In comparison to the piston engines, these are well bigger. They're freaking huge, look, right? Where are you going with your massive engines? But again, when it comes to the interior, absolutely stunning, right? Functional. We got plenty of click spots. The lighting, everything here works. And there's good logic here as well. For example, we can put the chocks from outside, place them in here. You see that the chocks have now been removed. We can put our remove before flight and our control locks in here. Armrests move, sun visors work. Like the whole shebang works, lads. Do you know what I mean? It's done very, very well. All right. So let's get the aircraft up and running. So I'm going to close all my doors first. Oh, jeez, that's the wrong button. Get in there now. And the sounds, right? So we're going to start off with the checklists. These are important. And let's make sure my controls are set, which they are. So we'll start off with the checklist, because this is the sort of aircraft, because of the detailing and the system simulation here. Well, this aircraft, it's you'll appreciate it more by delving into the simulations that are actually happening. Now, if you don't want that, which you don't need that, you can still just jump into the plane and go flying if that's what you want to do. You can turn it on, turn it off, you know. It's just like the only option. Muse, I'd say it's the best option, right? Only because, well, the updates that you get from Just Flight, you get an email to tell you what's happening. But that's just me, right? Larger Life is here, good to see it. Right, okay, so the pre-flight, let's have a look. Pre-flight inspection done. Control locks. If you don't know where they are, click on the button. Here's one. Here's two. And if you have a look over in the door sill, well, that's where they live. So there's logic, everything here, right? Seats and seat belts are done. Cabin door has been latched. Nose door has been latched. We closed that. And you'll notice we have a little key. Baggage door. You guys see that? Click on the baggage door. Our key goes up onto the main dash, which is nice. So we know, and look at the detail on the freaking key, look. Right? So, yeah, the nose door, go ahead and close that. Parking brake, we're going to ensure that it's set. It was over there. So if you don't know where anything is, you can click it. Very good. Landing gear is in the down position, verified and checked. Electrical switches are all off. All off. Engine and avionics switches are all off as well. Let's double check. So we have off, 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 off. And see how different these are based on the based on the Piston Duke. These are all very, very different. Totally different setup over here. Pretty cool. MDA 009, welcome in, man. So avionics are off. Oxygen pressure, that's located down here. We should be somewhere between 1550 and 1850. Yeah, we're good. We have oxygen in the system. Circuit breakers. There's a lot of circuit breakers. Let's go in and have a look. All our circuit breakers, and they all work. There's over 120 failures built into this aircraft. We have wear and tear. We have consequence for everything that we do in the aircraft. It is incredible. Incredible. There is some state saving. Yes, some of the state saving in relation to a lot of the switches, the controls inside the environmental system, where you leave, you know, a door open and all this jazz. Yes, they're all there. Supplementary bleed air, make sure this is in the off position, which it is. Cabin pressure shut off, make sure that it's in the open area, which it is. Alternate static air, make sure we're set to normal. Down here, it's guarded, so we make sure, yeah, we're looking good. Our CO2 detector, there you are. So you can see the status, the little light is blinking. We're going to hit the test. And this works. And here's something that's absolutely mad, right? Your oxygen, when you have your oxygen turned on, naturally, well, your oxygen level will start reducing. It depletes. If you have more passengers in the aircraft, it'll go faster. It'll deplete faster, depending on how many passengers are in your aircraft. That's the level of simulation here. What? Right? All the heavy breathing people in the back seats, cut it out. You're using up all my air. Right, but it works, right? Anyway, that's working grand. Environmental mode should be set to off. Verified in the off position. Flaps should be in the up position, which they are. Prop levers to fly idle. Let me see. Idle. No, they're not. This is different in the Duke. So see this button here, look. That's your trim. See the lock? So if you have like, what's that gadget called on your Airbus? You know, the slot it goes into. Well, just be careful with your own throttle. That's now idle. And they give you a little bit of a dead zone so you don't put it into beta. I'm happy they're where they need to be. Propellers go to high RPM. Condition levers are in cutoff. Trims are going to be centered. So we had our elevator trim there. Rudder and ailerons there looking bang on. Fuel selector is both in the on position. And that's our pre-flight check. Next up we have our before start. So battery selector and beacon light. So we're going to start off with our beacon light. So disappear the yoke. Beacon light on. Battery master switch will now go to on. And like the sounds, the displays, the movement of stuff, right? Now what you might notice on this aircraft versus the Grand Duke, the Piston Duke, when it comes to the instruments, on the other Duke we can tap things and you can hear them. This you can't. Now I don't know, is that a feature removed in this variant of the aircraft, or it's just not for it, or there's a bug? I'm unsure. But I do know if you have the Piston Duke, you can go around tapping the instruments and they react to that. Class, right? Class. Right, so battery's coming up. Fuel quantities we need to check. Fuel is looking good. 88 and 89, that's okay. Annunciators test and consider. We've two sets of annunciators, two engines. So press and hold. And press and hold. Good stuff. Battery selector is set into battery 1. Bus volts should be on 23. Where are you? So yeah, we're getting 25, which is great. Jump over now to battery 2. Make sure we're getting 23. We're getting 25. Battery selector now goes to both. Left ignition, we're going to check auto then on. So here's ignition, left and right. We're going to go auto. On. Right ignition, check auto. And then on. Left wing pump, check, then off. Wing pump, check. There's a sound. And listen to the sounds. Right wing. Okay. Auxiliary pump left. Are you hearing the different sounds? Like, incredible stuff, right? Incredible stuff. Okay, they're all good to me. Engine starts up. So let us have a look. Starter. We'll go to the on position. Bus volts will be at 15. Condition lever will be run. ITT. And then starter off at 52 NG. This is going to be fun. Right, so we're going to attempt to start the machine, you know, without causing an international incident, right? So I'll open up the window for this, just for the extra ignition, right? Do you hear them ticking away? So let me see, ignition should be on at this level. So ignition back on. Bus volts grand. Let me see, right starter comes on. Are we ready? Starter on. Spinach. So NG is over 52. Starter goes to off. Right ignition is off.
Jesus.
Right generator on. Generator load. Give it a couple of moments. And bus volts at 28. We have 28.5. Hell of a start, right? And we can see the full animations here on our tablet, just like what we have on the piston variant. This is showing you the turbine variant. Look at the absolute state of that, right? Now we continue on. Next up is going to be the left engine. Left starter switch is going to be engaged, so we'll go to our left engine. Everything's nice and cold at the moment. So left engine, we'll go to start. Introduce the fuel. Monitor ITT, make sure it's below 1090. And now we're just waiting for 52% on our NG, disengage the starter. There it is. Ignition off. Generator on. Engine instruments are going to make sure all is looking good, so yes. Torque is coming up, ITT is stabilizing, NG is okay, prop RPM. And again, like this will simulate a hot start, a hung start. It'll do all these things. And there's damage here, so you got to be careful, right? So that's all good. Generator is on, generator load is on, and battery temperature. Let's just verify this. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Okay, after start, so let's consider what lights we need. Got a little window closed. Disappear our tablet here for the moment. So let me see. We'll put on our nav lights. Interior lights can come on. And again, the night lighting very similar to the very similar to the other Duke. Weather radar off or standby. It's off or standby. That's grand. Avionics master switch needs to come on. So we're going to say avionics, just be having you. And the inverter goes to main. Inverter fail, annunciator extinguished. Pitot oil doors. That's okay. Cabin temp as desired. 21 degrees inside the cabin. We'll cool it down a little bit. Cabin temperature. So we want to go to auto cool. Auto cool. And turn on the vent. And again, you hear all of this stuff happening. Absolutely incredible. We can now set up pressurization and all that jazz if we want to. Brakes, we'll check all that now in a moment. Next up, we have our run-up. We'll do that. That's where the main kind of cool stuff is, right? Now, what's happening here with my avionics, lads? Master switch. Gens are on. Okay, avionics master switch is on. Inverter is on. Okay, avionics didn't fire up. We'll fix that. Well, we'll check. Go through a normal kind of a procedure. And pop out, avionics wise. Not that I can see. I might just need to load in one of the other avionics first. Let's have a look. Options. PMS or TDS. Or the PMS. Let's go for the 530. Let's see if it changes. I think this sometimes happens with the 750 stuff. So that they're working. So if I go now to the 750 and confirm. Do I have the PMS 50 turned on? Probably not. Hang on, lads. Plugins. Oh, she's on, alright. Huh. Why aren't you turning on there, Betsy? Let me see. Show beta annunciator, yes. Load of covers and chocks. Show co-pilot. VATSIM monitor all. Yeah, they're all there. Okay, why isn't this turning on? Okay, we'll go a different one. You'll be having an engine fire today. Johnny 5 Live, good to see you. So you can see how you can change out your avionics. I don't know why my 750 isn't working, but we'll try not to worry about. You can switch plugins on with add-ons. Not really, not on the fly. So there is, with the aircraft, the developers told us, look, there's a little bit of an issue with the avionics. This was back in the preview builds. I'm just surprised that's not working. Because the avionics is on, it's just the switch isn't working. It could be the add-on itself. Do I have the add-on here? Let's have a look. When all else fails, lads, let's see. Just bear with me. Is there a button here for the GTN VFR map? It's as if it's not loaded, look. That's strange, isn't it? Do I have the thing turned on? Aha! It's turned off, Murphy. This probably won't work now. This probably won't work. So, I've just realised my stupidity is that of my own. That's okay. So there was an update to the PMS50. I probably just didn't turn it on. That's okay. We don't need it anyway. We shall use the other one. Alright, okay. So that's grand. So, but and again, listen, it's a good option how much you can change here on the gadget. The PMS GTN does work. I have it turned off in my add-ons linker. It's okay. Now, payload, let's go in and have a look. So that was our fuel, cabin door, all our information is there, right? Left engine, how it's doing. Right engine, how it's doing. The electrical, look at the state of this, right? This is showing you a full live, this is what's going on in the aircraft. Then we have the cabin, and then we have our extensive failure list here as well. So, awesome, awesome stuff. So, what do we need to do here now? We are going to say, right, lights are on. Turn on our taxi lights. Adam Controls, you're very welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, the reason the 750s aren't working, I don't have them turned on, lads. That's all. Autopilot. Let me see now. There's a test button. Test is good. And, what
Allow
else?
myself to introduce myself.
Allow myself to introduce myself. So let me see. Left oil door closed, right oil door closed. Aircon is on. Now the aircon, right? Here's something, look. See this opening from the right engine? That's where it's like ram air coming in, yeah? I was wondering what that was. That's off the aircon unit. How cool is that look? Auto cool. Like, that's ridiculous, isn't it? That's ridiculous. Brilliant. Right. Brakes off. Test them. We're good. Out to some sort of an active runway. And we'll check out the sounds as well, lads, right? Mind your ears now. Look at the state of those engines. That was the beta. Isn't that incredible? From the inside, right? So if you want to go into the beta, have a listen. Like, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Right, so we're going to get ourselves taxied out here. Let me see. Taxi lights are on. We'll try and find a now active runway here somewhere along the line. Brakes off, Murph. Oh, she moves. Yeah, she's your mover. Right, so next is going to be a run-up test, right? We all know what kind of birds Murphy likes. A dirty bird. Yes, yes, yes. Right. Get ourselves lined up here. We're going to hold short and we'll go through our run-ups. That'll do, donkey. Park and brake. And let's go into our checklist. So, let me see. We're going to say our run-up. Park and brake is set. Annunciator's test. Remote compass slaved and aligned. D and B. That's working. Fuel selectors, put them into crossfeed mode. Wing pumps, turn these gadgets on. Wing pump on and on. Prop levers, going to bring these up to 2050. Are we ready? Prop levers, 2050. Ah, Betsy. There we go. Ish. 2050-ish, right? Let me see. Prop levers. Prop gov test. Down to 2000 RPM. So, have it in here. Left. Do you hear the sound? Right? Power levels up to 2190. Jesus is roaring. Exercise left propeller down to 1500, right? Oh, that's both of them. Hang on, I need to do them individually. There's 1500. Right propeller. There's 1500. Fire detector. All working. Left generator, hold and reset. So left generator load goes to 0. Right generator load goes to 0. Gen load and sharing 40 amps on each side, 3738 plus or minus 2, that's okay. Prop levers go to idle. There's idle. Oil doors, go ahead and open them. So we're going to say oil door open and open. Ice deflectors, go ahead and turn them on. Instrument air green and no lights. Instrument air is green and no lights. Cockpit windows closed. Cabin altitude, field elevation. Field elevation, yes. So it's going to say differential down to 0. This is just a test we can do with the cabin, yeah. So if we go minus 0, and then we put this gadget climb rate at the 10 o'clock, yeah. And if we want to test, you're going to see the cabin rate starting to descend. It's going to start lowering the cabin altitude. It's just a pressure test. So that's grand. Put it back onto our standard. Climb rate is grand. Cabin altitude, that's all grand. Ice D or let me see. Annunciator is on, both on. Yes. Oil door open, both on. Ice deflectors as required. Don't need them now. Propeller heat. Turn that on. We're going to do prop heat ground test hold. And let me see, we should see 14 to 28 cycles. That'll come up here. Prop amps 17. Okay. Prop amps, yes, windshield heat, propeller heat now comes off. Windshield heat comes on. Minimum 220. We're looking good. Windshield heat off. Heater heat comes on. Top heat. Heater heat comes on. There's a rise. Right comes on. Fuel vent heat can come on. There's an increase in our usage. They're all working grand. Surface de-ice manual. So look at this. When I go manual,
Dude, have you been drinking? I have, Ted. I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
have a look at the boots on the wing, right? See the boots down there? Hang on, I'll get you a different view. You see the wing there, right? Isn't that deadly? And I let go of it, right? Is there boots over here? There is. So we'll try this once again. That's so cool, isn't it? Like it's showing the boots getting pushed out. That's absolutely class. Alright. Leave them alone now. Boot pressure grand, single grand, fuel selectors back to on. Pitch trim power needs to go on. Electric trim we can test and make sure she's working. Yeah, she's working. Autopilot test, done that. Heading bug, that test your autopilot, that's fine. That's grand. Flight director, that's all okay. Window, cabin door, grand. Flap set for takeoff. Ignition as required. Put it in auto. Flight controls free and collect, departure altitude, heading, park and brake, and that's grand. Before takeoff, oil temperature, air conditioning off, transponder, weather radar. Takeoff, power lever, 1260 pounds, ITT less than 850. Retract the flaps at 120 and gear up. Okay. There's a bit to do, isn't there? So, we'll do a takeoff. Landing on. Beacon and recognition. Strobes, get them all on. Transponder, altitude reporting. Off the brakes. And, well, let's see what's going to happen here. Isn't it a gorgeous airplane? Like, look at the state of it. Absolutely gorgeous. Get ourselves lined up. Okie dokie. So, last couple of checks. Walking, talking, and squawking. Right, friends? Let's have a listen. Speed is alive. There's 90. Oopsie daisy. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps in. Jeez, the performance of this thing. It's climbing like a friggin' missile, look. The difference of the turbo compared to the piston. Stunning. Alright, start calming it all down a bit. Give us 3,000 feet, I think. And watch the speed start to climb now, right? This is incredible. So we'll have now listen to the sound flyby. Are we ready? Are we ready? Mind your ears now. Wowzers. They're very good, isn't it? Okay, what's it trying to tell me to do? She's beeping. Is that the speed? Oh, Jesus, that's the speed. Easy now, Jemima, right? Sounds like a Skoda. Oh my god, it's so good, isn't it? It's so, so good. So fast as well. Holy crap. Get these off. Nighttime mode, if you want to see what she's like at night. And like, you have a lot of control over this. You have all your dimmer switches here. You have a lot of control over this stuff. It's done really, really well. Interior lighting, then we have a whole load of stuff. We have switches here, switches there. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, it's beautiful. There's a click spot there somewhere, Murph. There you go. There we go. Isn't it pretty? It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So the Turbine Duke, I hope you can see from this, lads, how different it flies in comparison to what we saw, you know, when it came to the Piston Duke. This is a very, very different aircraft. There's a lot more performance. I mean, you just get a sense of the, holy crap, this is fast, right? And again, we have consequence. I mean, we can go in there and go, right, give me an emergency procedure, you know, engine out, you know, engine surges, chip detector, flap failure, right? We can actually do a test, or what's it called? Electrical smoke. No, that's grand. Like, you can do a simulated engine out. So it'll say propeller and then power lever. So 2190 RPM and then power lever. Like, it's right. And because you're dealing with that turbine engine, it's just so different, right? It's so different. So we're gonna head back up to where the airport is. Milwaukee. Which is just ahead to us there to the left, right? So what we're going to do here now, we're going to make things a little bit easier. Or a little bit mad, right? And down that sound for a minute. And if we go into sim brief, let's see here now. Go into sim brief. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put in some random flyage stuff, right? So just bear with me now for a minute. So the airport we're looking for, it's Milwaukee, yeah? What was that? KMKE, wasn't it? KMKE. So airline. This is where Beyond ATC scratches your head a little bit, but let's have a look, right? KMKE to KMKE. And my aircraft is going to be a Beech 60. Do we have a profile for the King? We should. Is she down as a Duke or is she down as a Beech? So it should be BE60, shouldn't it? Let's find the gadget. Let's find the gadget. Do I not have a profile for the Dukes? Surely we have a profile for the Duke. Bonanza, Baron. Baron is going to be closest. Let's go with that. Right. Left turn here as well, Murph. Speed is fairly lively, isn't it? Right, so that's generated, right? We're going to start off with Beyond ATC. So as their sim is doing its thing. The airport's over there somewhere. Here's the UI that we have with Beyond ATC. Download complete. So it's going to ask me now to connect in with... oh, there's an update. It's going to ask me to connect in with SimBrief. That's what this is doing, right? Once there's an update. And once it updates, it should be fine. Where's my plane in relation to everything? Dead ahead. Brilliant. Airport is dead ahead. Man alive, look how good that looks. Isn't that stunning? The state. The absolute state. Right, we'll let this do its thing, right? Iceman, good to see you. So what we're going to check out here now is Beyond ATC. And hopefully it all loads up. Let's just give you a flavour of what to expect. bearing in mind it doesn't have VF4 capabilities, right? So it knows who I am, it knows my sim brief options, so if I click on fly, waiting for connection to the sim, and it's going to load in my flight plan.
ATC connected.
Right, sweet. Turn on SPAD here now, because I want that from my hardware. Now, Beyond ATC has figured out, hey, you're already in the air, man. What are you doing? Well, we'll figure all this out now in a second, right? So my hardware is on and we should be good. So I'm in the... Let's say we're in the cruise phase. Give it a moment. Now, it shouldn't be Sunshine 235. Did not read it? Nothing tuned? Hang on. Sorry. I know what I did wrong. It was reading an old flight plan. Bear with me. Bear with me, lads. Now we'll try it. But this is just something with Beyond ATC. It's trying to detect what it is you're currently doing. So we're going to say we want to fly, connect to the sim, and it's going to say, what are you
Beyond
doing?
ATC connected.
So it's loading the airport that I'm looking for, right? Completed. We're in the cruise. Okay. Give it a moment. Shamrock 235. We can tune to various Milwaukee stations. We got the ATC 126.4. I can dial this in, right? So into my little airplane, we can go 126.4, right? 126.4.
Landing and departing runway 13. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Okay. That's the ATC, yeah?
Milwaukee Mitchell Airport information, Charlie. 190520. Wind 125 at 11, visibility 10. Few clouds of 8,000.
Okay, let's talk to tower. Why isn't it detecting me button to talk? UI sounds, basic sounds, push to talk. Binding. Oh Jesus, what number was this? Right, okay. Okay. There we go. Alright. Milwaukee Tower, Shamrock 235. Request permission to land. Basic stuff will throw at it, right? Let's see how it figures it out.
Shamrock 235. Request not understood.
Want to land! Jesus. Milwaukee Tower, Shamrock 235 is at altitude 2,500 feet on a heading of 310 degrees. Inbound for full stop landing.
Shamrock 235. Request not understood.
Milwaukee Tower, can I land, please? Oh dear.
Aircraft calling. I didn't get that.
Milwaukee Tower, Shamrock 235, radio check.
Shamrock 235. Did not copy.
Wind check or radio check only at this stage. Murph, it seems you can only do what it expects the bottom left box. Try to wind check or radio
Shamrock
check.
235, radio check.
You sound very different than the...
Shamrock 235. 5 by 5.
Shamrock 235, radio check.
Shamrock 235. Request not understood.
Shamrock 235, wind check.
Shamrock 235. Request not understood.
Auto respond, maybe you can't hear me, right? Let's go back into settings in case I'm being an idiot. Voice volume, 100%.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Look at this big idiot. I'm a little bit lost, right? Ooh. Okay. Let's go to center 125.1. Announce on frequency. Who are we connected to? Chicago Center, Shamrock 235.
Shamrock 235, say altitude.
Shamrock 235, 2,500.
Shamrock 235, say altitude.
Shamrock 235, 2,500 feet.
Shamrock 235, say altitude.
Let's turn that off and turn it back on again. Jesus. What are we doing wrong, lads? Give it a second, right?
Beyond ATC connected.
Brilliant. At least this one wasn't shouting at you. Okay, we're in a descent phase. No actions. Okay, I can't figure that one out. Nothing tuned? Oh, balls. Milwaukee Tower? No. Chicago Center, Shamrock 235, radio check.
Shamrock 235, say altitude.
Shamrock 235, altitude 2,500. Okay. Yeah, I did, G-Slayer, yeah. Chicago Center, request heading for next fix.
Aircraft calling. Request not understood.
Okay, shh. Let's try that again, shall we? Settings. Identity. Let's see what this does, right? CTAF or center? What's Capital Drive? So
hello there.
Are we connected? Echo India Tango Mike. Chicago Center, Echo India Tango Mike, radio check. Murph, your client version is way old. Is it? No, just updated. Oh, the client for SayIntentions.
Echo India Tango Mike, Chicago Center. Good evening. Altimeter 2974.
Altimeter 2974. Echo India Tango Mike, request direction to airport to land. Let's see how it deals with that. Right? McCracken says, you very old SayIntentions client. Do I? Where's me heading? Give it a second.
Tango Mike, refer to your charts and navigation aids for airport location. Nearest airports, Community Memorial Hospital Heliport 2 miles southwest heading 051. Capitol Drive Airport 4 miles north heading 183. Capitol Airport 4 miles north heading 184. Willow Creek Airport 4 miles south heading 008. Lawrence J. Timmerman Airport 7 miles west heading 108. Advise your intended destination.
Tango Mike, request landing at Milwaukee International.
November 672 Bravo. Charlie, climb and maintain 10,000.
That's someone else.
Climbing to 10,000, November 672 Bravo Charlie. Tango Mike Beechcraft. You are 2 miles northwest of Milwaukee International. Turn right, heading 132 descend and maintain 2500 until established on the approach. Contact Milwaukee approach on 126.5 when able. Expect runway 19 right for landing.
I shouldn't be turning right there,
Virgin
Chief.
875, reduce speed to 220 knots for sequencing. Reducing to 220 knots, Virgin 875.
Turn right. 132 degrees, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on the approach. Contact Milwaukee approach on 126.5. Expect runway 19 right for landing. Tango Tango Mike. 126.5. Ah, Jesus. Is that what he said? 126.5? Yeah. Milwaukee approach, Echo India, Tango Tango Mike, 2,500, 20 miles inbound to land. Turn your rudder right. It's like me bow, Gibbo. Am I on the right frequency? Ooh.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike Milwaukee approach. Beechcraft Squawk 6373 and ident. Descend and maintain 2500. Contact Milwaukee
Only
Tower
Murphy
on
can make an AI ATC sign
when inbound.
exasperation. Ask for a vector, but not to where. Controller said where to go. Well done.
Jesus. Who else's head is sore? Right, so what do you say? Squawk 6373 ident. Descend, maintain. Contact Milwaukee Tower. 124.575.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike Milwaukee approach radar contact. Altimeter 2974.
Altimeter 2974. Echo Tango Mike. 124.6. 124.575. Milwaukee Tower. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Beach B60. 2,500 feet. Inbound to land. Something like that. Milwaukee talkie. Brilliant. Now the only thing you can see with SayIntentions, there is a bit of a delay.
Echo India Tango Tango Mike Milwaukee Tower, enter left downwind for runway 19 right.
Enter left downwind for runway 19 right. Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Ah, brilliant. Now, we'll go back to Beyond ATC in a moment, just in case it's freaked out because I was up in the air, right? Entering left downwind. This just behaving, right? Alpha, good to see you, man. Day and night difference so far? Yeah. Yeah, so how this one works is SayIntentions is a monthly subscription charge. It's $30, I think, per month. Is it? Or something? Or 25 or $30 a month.
Citation November 4, tree, Mike Whiskey, contact ground on frequency 121.6.
Switching to ground frequency 121.6 citation, November 4, tree, Mike.
Yeah, so SayIntentions is not designed yet for this sort of VFR stuff, right? So that's why, to be fair to it, I'm going to, once we land, I'm going to load up. When we land, I'm going to jump into like an airliner at Shannon and let's see how it behaves there, right? Because it just wasn't able to respond. But you can see SayIntentions in the same situation, it can respond instantly, right? Milwaukee Tower, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, request weather. It'll hardly figure this one out, will it? Can you ask it to play a song? Mr. 90 agreed, yes.
Tango Tango Mike, winds calm, altimeter 2974.
Tango Tango Mike, roger. It's not instantly, it's got about a 10-second delay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. And it'll get faster, do you know what I mean? So, our instruction here is enter a left downwind, runway 19 right. So that's the instruction, yeah? Huge advertising for VATSIM though. VATSIM is free. Free! But as I said earlier, like, there's definitely a market for this sort of stuff. It's a great stepping stone, and if you just don't want to be dealing with other aircraft or other pilots, well, this is kind of the way to do it, right? And there's other features that both platforms are going to be offering. Beyond ATC already announced about traffic injection and giving you the whole kind of shebang, right? But SayIntentions, they're going to have their own bells and whistles, you know? Seems an awful lot. Yeah. But flightsim suffers no fools. Are you sure about that now? I mean, I'm pretty mad, right? SayIntentions say, yeah, we are headed in the same way with traffic injection, etc. Yeah, you know? Nutty Slack says, Beyond ATC is no good if I can't get it working. Are you having the same issues, Nutty Slack? As I said, we'll jump into Beyond ATC again here in a moment.
Beechcraft 9001 Bravo, clear to land runway 12, caution wake turbulence from the departing jet.
Clear to land runway 12, Beechcraft 9001 Bravo.
Now again, AI ATC is not going to be the most accurate. In actual fact, lads, it could give you some bad habits.
4 tree Mike whiskey, maintain current heading.
So don't take what the ATC is telling you as verbatim. Like it's not giving you the absolute textbook communication. The idea here is it's about you following an instruction, right? Can you follow an instruction from ATC? And can you execute what they want you to do? And can you read it back? That's where the training is. That's where this program, and I'm sure Beyond ATC, that's what they offer you, right? Giva says, to be fair, Beyond ATC is early access, i.e. it's not finished. Unfair to make a judgment on it.
9001 Bravo,
Agreed.
maintain current heading traffic at your 12 o'clock.
But this is early access as well, or beta, isn't it?
9001 Bravo.
Or is it? I don't know. Autopilot off. Milwaukee Tower, Echo India Tango Tango Mike on the left downwind, runway 19er. Right.
Tango Mike, clear to land runway 19er right.
Clear to land, runway 19er right, Echo India Tango Tango Mike. Like there's certain things, like you'd give the wind information. You'd say, you know, report final, enter right base, report final. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the stuff you'd be throwing at it. So I'm sure it'll get there, right? But yeah, look, as far as I know, they're both
505 Alpha Mike.
They're both relatively early access, you know. But like as I said, I want to jump back into Beyond ATC because, look, I want to be fair to both products. Do you know what I mean? In this particular, in this circumstance, it didn't play nice, but we'll give it another chance, right? All right, let's see, can I actually land this without like causing some sort of a mad international incident? Do you know what I mean? 19er right, wouldn't it? Jesus, Murph. Where is 19er? Oh, it's over there, look. Grand, all is well. It's effectively an enormous free QA team, yeah.
Skylane 422.
The whole point of having early access beta is most software is to help identify issues and bugs.
Runway 30,
Yeah.
Skylane 422 Alpha Mike.
But if you want to fly via 4, SayIntentions is better. Well, if you want to fly via 4, SayIntentions has it active at the moment. You can't do, Jeez, I left my aircon open. You can't do VO4 flights with Beyond ATC just yet, right? As I said, I've had 4 flights with Beyond ATC. It's been fine. Yeah, 100%. What I'm going to do, lads, once we land here in the Duke, I'm going to reload in.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're going to try Beyond ATC. Because the idea here is trying to figure out which one you think.
Acknowledge Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Now, we already got our clear to land, so let's see what happens here.
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie, turn left, heading 270 vectors for sequencing. Left heading 270 Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Easy. Gear down, flaps down. All right. Don't float it, Murph. Not idle.
Jesus.
Bonanza
Gentlemen.
964 Foxtrot Alpha 2, hold short of runway 12 traffic on final.
Okay, that was
Holding
us.
short of runway 12 Bonanza 964 Foxtrot Alpha 2.
Okay, where can we vacate? Will we get off?
Diamond Tree 71 Bravo
Get
Charlie,
off there.
make a right turn, heading 180 traffic at your 9 o'clock. 1 mile altitude, 1500 feet.
Right turn to 180, looking for traffic, Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Milwaukee Tower, Echo India Tango Tango Mike, vacated runway 19 right at Mike. Request taxi to parking. Colomini, Georgia landing, right?
Tango Tango Mike, taxi to parking via Mike, remain this frequency.
Taxi to parking via Mike, remain with you on this frequency. Tango Tango Mike. Alright, okay, so you get the idea, right? So that's SayIntentions. I think that was a fairly decent kind of a run-in. So what we're going to do, I'll load back in with an airliner. And again, we'll jump into Milwaukee, but we're going to start off on the ground and just to see how it computes everything. And in the meantime, we'll create a little flight plan. We'll just put something in a little bit fairly basic here, right? So a new flight, let's put it in. The airline, give us something basic, lads. It's not going to know FireFly Air. What's American Airlines one? Chad says you have a wicked accent, so it may have trouble understanding it. That's a wicked accent. What are you talking about? We've the finest accent of them all. We've many accents, in fact. Do you know? AAL 235. We're going to say it's out of Milwaukee. KMKE. And let's say we're going to KJFK. Right? And aircraft type. What'll the sim give me? Well, I need something that has American Airlines. 73? 738. American Airlines even fly those. Or it could be Southwest. Southwest. Yes. Look at the state of this one. And put me over here on C14. Okay, so we're going to be Southwest. SWA 235. And we are a 737-800 series. 737-800. Lovely. Generate the flight. Thanks for trying out our stuff. Feel free to keep going back and forth. Yeah, no worries at all, man. But please load up the new version of the app. Your stuff is really old. Gotcha, okay. Hey, Skip is here. Long time no see is right. How are you? Okay, default. Yeah, why not? All right. So we're going to try and use Beyond ATC for this. All right. To be fair, because look at the state of that livery. Isn't it gorgeous? So let's try Beyond ATC. And let's see how it behaves now. Because, again, it couldn't understand me. I've tested all this stuff. I've tested both platforms extensively, right? So that flight is done. So if I go fly, it should be loading Milwaukee. And it should show us as
Beyond
Southwest.
ATC connected.
It should show us as Southwest 235. Yeah, it's loading in JFK as well. So this looks like it's going to be the one, right? Gibba says, at SayIntentions, any plans to reconsider your pricing, or is it set in stone for the foreseeable? The accent of the gods, right? The Irish invented accents, indeed. Right, okay. So this is booted up. It is connected to the sim, and Southwest is here. And if I go into radio frequencies, this is the ATIS, this is the clearance. All right. So into my aircraft, do a couple of things to get her up and running. Let me see here now. Ground power needs to be connected, Murph. GPU cart. No, give us the old hit. There we go. And what else do you want to do? Logo light on, wing light on, ground power on. There we go. So we probably get a clearance in from this stage, right? Align the IRSs. Yeah, they're aligning grand. and dual power has been restored. So just let the systems of this aircraft start warming themselves up. But in the meantime, we should have radio, which we do. So if we look at, say, intentions, well, it's going to give us the frequencies. So we have 126.4. 126.4. Let's put that in the box.
Mitchell Airport information Oscar. 20520. Wind 135 and 8, visibility 10. Few clouds at 7,500. Temperature 19. 2.10. Altimeter 2975. Landing and departing runways 19 right, 19 left. Advise on initial contact. You have information Oscar.
Okay.
Milwaukee.
Okay, so we can request IFR clearance and then do a radio check. Let's start with a radio check. Milwaukee Tower, Southwest 235, radio check.
Southwest 235, 5 by 5.
Okay. Now, where am I parked? C14, is it? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's see how this behaves now, right? Okay, where am I flying? JFK, and we're going to be on the... No, it's just a direct... All right, okay. So Milwaukee Tower, we're going to look for clearance. Let's have a listen to see what it is. Milwaukee clearance, Southwest 235, Boeing 737-800, parking on stand Charlie 14, information Oscar, request IFR JFK.
Southwest 235, Milwaukee clearance, information Oscar correct, cleared to Kennedy Airport. Radar vector squib, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.87. Squawk 5011.
Cleared to JFK via squib as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.87. Squawk 5011. Southwest 235.
Southwest 235, read back correct. Contact ground 2905 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Well, contact ground 2905, Southwest 235. Okay, totally different experience. Yeah? What do we think? In terms of a clearance, what do we think? Good? Better? Are we feeling a little bit better about Beyond ATC? I mean, to be fair, that was fairly textbook. The background chatter of the controller is a neat immersion. Yeah. Looks like VFR bad, IFR good. Exactly. Like, from a clearance perspective, that was very, very good, right? Let's bring up the little menu here to see what else we can do. So, he's telling me now to talk to ground 129.5, or 2905, right? It was pretty convincing. So, I mean, look, I can do a direct comparison, one versus the other. Why not? We'll do it for the crack. Let's do a direct comparison. SayIntentions. So let me see. Settings, identity. So I'm now, SWA 235. Southwest 235. 235. Same and same. Headset, joystick, multiplayer, experimental. Now this is an old UI. Grand, we get that. Now in terms of getting me flight plan in there, because it says VFR. So how do we put in flight ID? Poor Murph and his old client, yeah. Hit reset ATC. Please wait. Is that going to pull it in from the other gadget now, yeah? This software pre-release. Top pitch is being worked on. That's grand. Then call for your clearance. It'll change to IF4. Okay. Milwaukee clearance. Southwest 235. Boeing 737-800. Parking stand Charlie 14. Information Oscar. Request IF4 JFK. Poor Murphy on his old client program. So upset. Let's see what happens. So this one is SayIntentions. We've just used Beyond ATC. It was very, very good. Yeah,
Southwest 235, Milwaukee clearance cleared to Grand Forks. Radar vectors squib, then as filed. Climb and maintain 2000. Departure on 135.875. Squawk 6242. Expect runway 19 right for departure.
Cleared to JFK as filed. Initial altitude, flight level 220. Departure on 135.875. Squawk 6242. And we'll expect runway 19 right for departure. Southwest 235. Do you hear the differences of clearance? Grand Forks is not JFK. Yeah, it said JF. Why is it saying Grand Forks?
Southwest 235, read back correct. Expect runway 19 right. Contact ground on 129.05.
Yeah, will we try that again? I'm not going to Grand Forks. Reset. Destination KJFK, right? So try it again. Milwaukee clearance, Southwest 235, Boeing 737-800. Information Oscar, parking stand Charlie 14, IF4 to JFK. Let's see what she does. Information Bubba. Brilliant. Keep in mind, this program is based on VF4 and IF4 is not its main purpose at present. Ooh. IF4 is
Southwest 235, Milwaukee clearance cleared to Kennedy. Radar vectors squib, then as filed. Climb and maintain 2000. Departure on 135.875. Squawk 3242. Expect runway 19 right for departure. Information Juliet is current.
Clear to Kennedy via squib as filed. Initial climb flight level 220. Departure frequency 131.875. Squawk 3242. And expect runway 19 right for departure. And information Juliet is current for Southwest 235. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to on FAA stuff. Because usually they'll say initial altitude, then expect, you know, flight level, whatever, 10 minutes
Southwest
after.
235, read back correct. Expect runway 19 right. Contact ground on 129.05.
We'll expect runway 19 right over the ground on 129.05, Southwest 235. Okay. Do. Right, hopefully that fixed it for the YouTube guys. If not, we're shagged, right? Right, now we'll tune it. Milwaukee clearance, good afternoon. Southwest 235, Boeing 737-800. Information Juliet, stand Charlie 14. Request IF4 to Kennedy.
Southwest 235, Milwaukee clearance, cleared to Kennedy Airport. Radar vector squib, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.87. Squawk 2131.
Clear to Kennedy via squib as filed. Initial altitude 5000. Expect flight level 310, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.87. Squawk 2131 for Southwest 235.
Southwest 235, read back correct. Contact ground 129.05 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 129er05 when ready for push and start. Southwest 235.
Negative. Ground on 129.05.
Hey, good buddy.
Ground on 129.05. Right, grand. It's liking again. Lads, I don't know what the crack is with YouTube. It's having a mare. I probably need to restart OBS, and to be honest, we don't want to go there, do you know? So if you're having issues on YouTube, lads, if you want to ramble over to Twitch, because there's not a whole lot I can do with it, unfortunately. Is this ATC VATSIM? No, Lermegan. No. This is using Beyond ATC, and we're looking at SayIntentions as well. There's both products here. Like, to be fair to SayIntentions, I'm not using the recent UI because Beyond ATC's UI is beautiful. It's easy to follow. You can see all the details there. All right. And what I'll do now in a second, I just want to have a quick look around Milwaukee because this is a freeware airport, by the way, lads. And then we'll jump over to Shannon to see how both programs operate in ICAO situations. Yeah. So we'll do that briefly. Certainly for the moment, Jez, I'm hoping that YouTube thing comes back when it comes to iniBuilds, right? Now, please don't break. It's having a mare, man. I don't know what's going on. I think the YouTube stream is going to die there, lads. But anyway, as you can see, for a freeware airport, it's huge. Right, it's a very, very big, very, very big airport. Muse, thank you for the gifted sub. Like, there's loads of details here. It's easily a payware airport. I mean, we've seen lesser standards as payware, right? But over on the land side of the place, it's a huge airport, right? Over on the land side, is there any Skodas in this, by the way? Did anyone find a Skoda? We'll find a Skoda now in a second, no doubt. Like, there's friggin' tons of detail here. And it's a freeware scenery, lads. This is free. You can pick it up for free, right? Not in the US. Listen, don't mind what's... Oh, hang on. Hang on now. Hang on. I have an Audi. I don't know how many times I've asked iniBuilds to put in a friggin' Skoda. Just to... Ah, look! Ah, Jesus! Brilliant! Absolute... Ah, this is a monumental... Milwaukee Tower, or ground, or clearance. They have a Skoda. It'll probably freak it.
Oh, jeez.
Aircraft calling. Did not copy.
It's alright, don't worry about it, love. Ah, they have a Skoda, look! Brilliant! Ah, Jesus! Right. This is just the best thing, like, ever, right? It's fantastic news, right? They have Skodas. Over to the old tower now as well, right? YouTube is
a refund.
YouTube is having a mare. We start to see if it's improved. Yeah, lads, sorry. If you're on YouTube, it's just freaking out. I can't get the bitrate over. Is there any way to reset this? Nope. No. Only way I can fix this is restart OBS, and I think that'll be wrecking everyone's head. I think, right? Yeah, I left YouTube to come here. Thanks, Bill. If anyone's still on YouTube, if you want to just ramble over to Twitch, lads, for a couple of minutes, just with YouTube, it's just having a bit of a mare. So, yeah, I can't do much there. YouTube is not receiving enough video yet. OBS is fine, so it's very strange. Anyway, where was that B25? Scott might tell us. Oh, there it is there, look. Look at the state. General Mitchell. That's pretty cool, lads, isn't it? Like, for a freeware airport, isn't it awesome? I love that that's the bar we're at, Skoda. Yeah. If there's a Skoda in the scenery, all scenery developers, if you put a Skoda into your scenery, it doesn't matter. It's going to be good. It could literally be a horse by a fence. If there's a Skoda in the scene, best thing ever, right? But this is pretty nice. It's highly detailed. And it's nice. We've got photogrammetry around the entire area as well. And, you know, we got, like, there's nice texture work in the hangars and stuff. It looks weird because I've no traffic turned on. But it's very, very nice. It's a huge airport, isn't it? Then over the far side we have FBOs. I mean, Signature is over there. It's just grand. It's a mad layout. It's freaking huge, isn't it? Lads, what are you doing with the massive airports in America? Jesus, then they don't need to be that big. Do you know what I mean? So, Milwaukee Airport, let's give it a bit of night lighting to see what it can do. Oh, yes. Yeah, the night lighting is decent as well. What's it like down at the FBOs?
Oh, Jesus.
So here's signature flight. Parallax windows, look. Not too shabby. It looks alright, lads, doesn't it? Right, and what about the runway lights? Let's go and have a gawk. Yep, pretty good. And then the terminal at night time. And it's nice because they have the interiors in the terminals done. So if we ramble in here. Ah, yeah, that is nice looking, isn't it? For a freeware airport, like, you cannot, there is nothing bad about this place. And an interesting place to go flying as well. Milwaukee, like your Chicago's only down the road, flights out to JFK, all that neck of the woods. It's done really, really well, right? So let's do another quick blast of this and let's try it with ICAO stuff, right? And yeah, again, nothing I can do on YouTube, lads. Unfortunately,
something on the way. Something.
Having issues with OBS. All okay on Twitch. Go over to Twitch. Right, now, MKE is where everyone flies in if they're going commercial to Oshkosh. Oh, really? Right, okay. Right. Let's try an old gadget now. There's Jersey Devil. Let's try an old gadget now in Shannon. And let me see. Aircraft selection. We'll go for the L320 for the crack. And can we get some Aer Lingus? Yes, we can. It's not going to know. So here's the thing. Beyond ATC, if you put in FireFly Air, it comes up with like the actual ICAO FFA, which is like sunny. I can't pronounce it, right? With SayIntentions, you can put in a custom call sign and just tell the gadget what to say. That is a nice feature, right? That is a nice feature. So we're going to jump into Shannon here and let's see what the crack is. So we'll go stand 30. We're going to load in here and I'm going to bring up the gadget. Where are you? And we're going to plan a new flight. So, new flight. We are EIN 235, departing Shannon, going to Dublin. We're an Airbus A320. And we're using the CFMs. And generate that. So what is runway 06 departure, 28 right arrival? Is it arrival 28 left in Dublin? Okay. Generate the flight. Yeah, it comes up with some sunshine. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? And no profile. Do you want a Phoenix? In you get. All right. Shh. I did select the profile. Shh. Ready to fly. Hello, Phoenix. It's Murph. Okay. So let's have a look here now. We just want to get some power in. So we're going to say battery 1 and 2. And turn it on. That should give me power in my radios as well, which it does. Cruise supply, ground control, emergency lights, nav lights, wing lights. And it can start warming up and doing its thing. Right, so in terms of the radio, why don't I have them working? Come on, SPAD. Bear with me now, lads. SPAD. Do. Here we go. Do. Okay, so we'll use here. The connection simulator has been lost. Let's see if we can just reconnect. Celtic Aviator.
Beyond ATC.
Welcome in.
Connected.
Okay, so it's loading up Shannon Airport, so yeah, just dialing in fairly quick. Hello there. DJ, good to see you. Right, lads, let's give this now a blast and see what happens, right? If anyone's watching on YouTube, lads, the bit rate is shagged on my side, so do be sure to ramble over to Twitch. You'll see everything a little bit better here, all right? So let me have a look here. We're no longer Milwaukee. That's all grand. We'll turn on the controller premium. Yeah, let's go premium. Just now, here's the voice samples.
This is a premium voice sample, German male, Lufthansa 2539er, super identified, climb to flight level 060.
Or we can get premium voice sample for traffic.
This is a premium voice sample, Scottish male, Speedbird 8829er, runway 27 right, taxi via Alpha, link 12, Bravo 3, Charlie.
Versus the basic?
This is a basic voice sample, US male, United 259er, climb and maintain 15,000, altimeter 299er8.
This is a basic voice sample, Australian male, Qantas 2953, descend to flight level 070, cleared direct Tiga.
Okay, leave that alone. We're going to go in here to some frequencies. Shannon ATIS 130-950, 30950.
Zero 005 at 2 temperature 12. 2.10. QNH 1027. Landing and departing runway 06. Transition level 050. Advise on initial contact, you have information whiskey.
Information whiskey.
Shannon Airport information whiskey. 2100 Zulu. Wind 005 at 2 temperature 12. 2.10. QNH 1027. Landing and departing runway 0.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Shannon Ground, good evening. Shamrock 235, Airbus A320, stand 30, information whiskey, request IF4 to Dublin.
Shamrock 235, Shannon Ground, thanks for whiskey, expect runway 06. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Oscar. Squawk 1665.
Departure altitude will be flight level 060. We'll fly the extended center line and we'll expect vectors. And squawk is 1665 for Shamrock 235. That's an Irish accent.
Shamrock 235, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
That's very good. Lads, that's very good. That's not a premium voice pack. That's default. Do you have to talk to it? No, man. Look. Press the button.
Roger that. Shamrock 235.
Come back with the Irish accent. Shannon Ground. Wind check.
Wind 005 at 2.
It's an Irish accent. They're brilliant. Right. I can call her all day long. Right. Blimey, she's going to charge $2.99 a minute. No. What? Brilliant. She sounds like a Southsider. I'm impressed. Shannon Ground. Radio check.
Aircraft calling. Request not understood.
Aha. Shannon Ground, Shamrock 235, radio check.
Shamrock 235, readability 5.
That's very, very good, lads. That's excellent. It's an Irish accent for crying out loud, right? Shannon Ground, Shamrock 235, request push and start.
Shamrock 235, Shannon Ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Give us the Q&H. Push and start approved, facing west, Shamrock 235. I would love to see them add more basic voices. Yeah. They need to add the Q&H. That's very, very good, right? It is. That's deadly, right? Let's try our old SayIntentions here again. Let's try this now, right? Reset the gadget. Okay. Shannon Ground. Oh wait, balls! I need to change the gadget because he's not going to know what to call me. Yeah, identity now has to be EIN 235. So I'm going to be Shamrock. And Shamrock.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, taxi to holding point Delta 2 via taxiway Kilo and Lima.
Taxiing to holding point Delta 2 via Kilo and Lima, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Shannon ground. Shamrock 235, Airbus A320. On stand 30, information whiskey. Request IF4 to Dublin. He's not Irish. No. I guess I'm going to have to create some Irish voices. Yes! We don't have any. You need some. Right! Brilliant! Vince C says the speech with SayIntentions is a bit smoother.
Shamrock 235, information whiskey is correct. Cleared to Dublin via the OSGA 3L departure, then as filed. Departure runway 06. Initial climb to flight level 230. Departure on 121.4. Squawk 3562.
Cleared to Dublin via the Oscar Lima 3 departure, then as filed. Runway 06. Climb altitude, flight level 230. Departure with 121.4. And squawk 3562 for Shamrock 235.
Shamrock 235 readback correct. Expect runway 6. Report ready for push and start.
So like, okay.
Hawker 511 Hotel Alpha.
The differences that you're getting there, right? Beyond ATC is giving me more accurate ICAO commands, right? Couple of things. For example, they phonetically spelled out the SID, the OSGA, you know, the Oscar Sierra Alpha Golf. It's the Oscar 3 Lima, right? Runway 06. They gave me a mad altitude of 230 or 23,000. So they're not taking transition level into effect. So it should be flight, and you'd rarely get cleared to that altitude. You just wouldn't. So you'd get a stop climb or initial climb, flight level 9 or 0. And ICAO, you don't say expect flight level, 360 10 minutes after departure. That's very much an American thing. Departure frequency is cool, 121.4, and the squawks are cool. So I think where, for me, SayIntentions, when it comes to the ICAO stuff, needs a bit of tightening. SayIntentions, in terms of the voice and everything else, it seems a little bit clearer, sure. But I really like the 10 minutes after departure is for you if you lose contact. Yeah, but it's not done in Europe, Scott. It's not done in Europe. It didn't say expect after departure. That was your last flight. No, I know. It didn't say it. But the point I'm making is, like, it cleared me all the way up to 23,000 feet. Do you know what I mean? You'd get an initial climb, and then they'd bring you up after that. In America, you'll get your initial climb and then expect an altitude after that. Usually 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Cessna 908, Charlie Echo, hold short of taxiway Lima traffic on final approach. Holding short of Lima, Cessna 908.
It's quite good. Like, even listening to it, it's quite good. It's very good, right? Conrad, good to see you. Exo says, been happily using Beyond ATC since release. I did 9 flights so far in the EU and US. No issues at all. 99% of my flights are IF4. Yeah, 100%. Platform altitude in Shannon is 5. Yeah, it's 5,000. In Ireland, it's 5. I'd love Murph to be on it. Flight number Newny 90. Bash me leg. Yeah. But no, lads, like, go back to the days of the original ATC that we had in Flight Sim, right? November 2, 3, 5, Romeo, Mike. Like, back in the day, this is a huge addition. I just wish Microsoft were behind this themselves, right? Because this is kind of where the future is at, right? I think both products offer a lot of scope here. SayIntentions out of the box is going to have VF4 capability, and IF4 is there as well, and you have the ability to customize your identity. That's really handy. Now, I know Beyond ATC are going to bring that in as a feature, but you just have a lot of options here. All right. Now, the UI could be as old as whatever, right? When you compare that to Beyond ATC, well, you can't really customize your call sign, at least not yet. Or if you know, you might have to do it outside of the app. Some of the options that we have here, well, they're decent. And you have access to all these premium voices, which is nice. But to be honest, why would you bother? I mean, the basic voices are very good. And they seem to be somewhat regionalized. I heard an Irish accent there. I'm blown away by that. Then again, I was in Dublin yesterday trying this, or the day before, and I heard a Russian accent. It made no sense at all. But anyway, that's AI for you. Beyond ATC, very much for the IF4 flights, which is nice if you want your IF4 stuff. Again, we can load it in and give it another blast. I have Navigraph, but don't know how to import it into SimBrief. Energizer says, Murph, how would Beyond ATC respond if you said something like, can we have ground frequency again, or say again the squawk number? We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Nothing tuned. Shannon Atis. Give it a moment.
Temperature 12, dew point 10.
Okay. Shannon Ground, good morning. Shamrock 235, Airbus A320, stand 30. Information Whiskey, request IF4 to Dublin.
Shamrock 235 did not copy.
Oh dear. Shamrock 235, Airbus A320, stand 30. Information Whiskey, request IF4 to Dublin.
Shamrock 235, Shannon Grand, expect runway 06. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Oscar. Squawk 6740.
Okay, let's throw the curveball. Clear to Dublin, tracking the extended centerline, runway 06. Initial altitude, flight level 60. Squawk 6. Say again, squawk. Let's see what it goes.
Shamrock 235, Shannon Grand, expect runway 06. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Oscar. Squawk 6740.
Shamrock 235 will expect runway 06, climb flight level 060 on runway center line, then expect radar vectors to Oscar, squawk 6740, Shamrock 235.
Shamrock 235, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll report when ready for push and start, Shamrock 235. Okay. Let's see. Shamrock 235, request engine start and pushback.
Shamrock 235, Shannon Grand, pushback approved. Face west.
Shamrock 235, unable.
Negative, face west.
Shamrock 235, go on, can I face east? Shamrock 235, we have a problem with the aircraft. We would like to cancel our IFR for now.
Hello there.
Shamrock 235, I didn't get that.
Shamrock 235, we need to cancel IFR. Request return to gate.
Shamrock 235, request not understood.
The pilot had a curry for lunch. We need to turn around. Right? Too far off the script. Yeah,
aircraft calling. Request not understood.
It's getting terribly messy in here. All right. Okay. Look, lads, it's pretty cool knowing what kind of where the future is, right? Emergency procedures, they will be added Prime on both platforms. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty. Can we get these two talking to each other? Can we output one into the other and we just leave them on for the rest of the evening? Do you know what I mean? Right? Cancel flight following. Okay, well, let's see.
Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo, hold short of runway 24 traffic on final approach. Holding short of runway 24, Falcon 762 Foxtrot Romeo.
Shannon Ground, Shamrock 235 would like to cancel our IFR and return to the gate. Let's see what it handles with this, right? Take SayIntentions out and do a tour.
Shamrock 235, IFR cancellation received. Taxi to the gate via Bravo Charlie, hold short of runway 6. Contact tower on 121.8 when ready for further taxi.
That's pretty cool.
Cessna 908 Charlie Echo, taxi to runway 3.
SayIntentions seems to be more capable at the moment in terms of some features. However, let's go in and have a look. So beyond ATC, this is from their website, and it explains to you kind of what's available now, planned features, AI voices, ultra realistic. I agree with that. I think they're awesome, right? FAA and ICAO phraseology. I listening to that example, beyond ATC, I think have the edge. AI traffic control, not there yet. IF4 and VF4, only IF4 is current. Full SimBrief integration seems to be okay. Customizable user data, interesting. And then this is what's working so far. So they have full IF4 for jetliners and GA most everywhere in the world. 250 plus premium and basic voices with accents from around the globe. That's pretty sweet. Voice, button, or co-pilot communication with ATC. So you can do it. You can do it by button, or you can get your mate to do it. Wonder how the co-pilot function. Can you have like a co-pilot somewhere else? Highly realistic FAA and ICAO phraseology. I agree. And then the features that are coming down the road: traffic injection, VF4 flights, emergency procedures, oceanic procedures, and VR interface. All right? And that's all the information you need from beyond ATC. Bearing in mind that is a standalone one-off cost of about $30. That's it. You have the whole thing. There are the premium side, but I hope you've just listened now. You don't actually need the premium side. But it's not without its limitations. But maybe this is...
Captain. Incoming message.
Like, maybe this is just something that's... maybe this is just something that's good for some folks. Do you know what I mean? Where's this now? Jesus, good man. So, why is it at Mr. Teuton? Hey, chat. We've heard you loud and clear about our SayIntentions pricing. I literally just created a $15 off the first month coupon only for people here. Anyone who wants to give us an honest try as well, use FireFly at upgrade. I'll keep it valid until the 11th at midnight. That's pretty cool, right? SayIntentions, we'll get into SayIntentions now in a second. That's beyond ATC. SayIntentions. And, Jesus, Murph. I know. So SayIntentions. Different website, different setup, right? The most innovative ATC solution for flight sim ever created, combining multiple AI platforms with cutting-edge technology. So realistic you think it's a real person. Supports general aviation, commercial, VF4, IF4, multiplayer, and over 88,000 airports worldwide. There's a 24-hour free trial, and a student pilot mode makes it accessible to all skill levels. Discover the future of aviation. Listen live or try it for free. And we just have a note here from SayIntentions saying, if you use FireFly, all uppercase, at checkout, that'll give you a $15 discount off your first month. It's a monthly subscription, right? It's a monthly subscription. So multilingual, it understands 14 different languages, IF4 and VF4, dynamic AI, the only ATC-based machine learning and modern AI, okay. Global coverage, every airport, every country, all day, all night. So where beyond ATC has most every, right? It's free, but I do believe you pay $1 for it. So with SayIntentions, you can try it for free, but it's a monthly subscription. It's very different. Beyond ATC, standalone price, $30. That's it, you have it. SayIntentions, very, very different. It's a monthly rolling subscription. at $30, right? And it's not, they're not, well, I don't know what the crack is. Like, my understanding is it's the cost of utilizing AI. It's the cost of utilizing AI. That's where they're at, yeah? The $1 charge for the free trial is a hold. It's refunded immediately. It's unfortunately necessary to prevent abuse. Okay. Enhanced by Navigraph, traffic injection coming soon with multiplayer sequencing. So these guys are putting in traffic injection. Does a tour guide get interesting insights into the world around you? 11 million waypoints. Multiplayer, see and hear other pilot and other SayIntentions pilots. So if you 2 or 3 people using SayIntentions, you'll actually hear each other over the radio waves. You're communicating now within the sim. Unscripted realism, accommodating any situation, anytime. I kind of got that. There was no real rails. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. When it comes to ATC communication, we all know there's a certain flow of communication. There's a certain script you got to follow. So for a training aid, I think it's better to skip or to stick to a little bit of a rail because, well, now you're learning the correct radio telephony. Do you know what I mean? The voice procedure, if you like. Or if you got to try your tour guide when you get the chance, talk to Janet. She'll crack you up. Sweet, will do. 200 plus voices. And then we have some feedback and words here from various people, right? And tons of videos and content and all the jazz. Active Sky is working, well, they've connected the thing together, which is pretty cool. But as I said, lads, it's a very different pricing structure, but I think it's going to offer different features. Beyond ATC, a standalone price with an impressive roadmap of features coming down the line. It's early access. This is early access. They're both early access. So I think, what do you want more? Do you want, Jesus, it's even hard to say, but like, do you want an AI ATC system, right? That is going to give you IF4 and VF4 right now, global coverage, and this dynamic AI, the only ATC based on machine learning and modern AI. So the thing is learning, right? I think, you know, look at the biggest issue for me when it comes to this stuff. If I want to use this program for a year, that's going to cost me $360. If I want to use Beyond ATC for a year, that's going to cost me $30. That's a very harsh reality. If I want to use Pilot Edge is cheaper than SayIntentions, and that's network traffic. That's why we offer a trial, to make sure that we want you before you drop the dough. So yeah, so where these guys are at, that's the cost of what they're able to do. And, you know, what you've made, lads, is great, but I think you have a savage challenge to try and sell this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else you're going to do it. Like, I'm sure Beyond ATC had the same issue. They did. These guys offered mad pricing at the start, then they had to really have a look at things. And I know, you know, we could say, well, look, you know, the price of, or the cost of AI, this sort of a system with voices and everything else, that will come down, and then that'll be something that's passed on. But to try and hook people in to say, okay, they can try it for the first month, and if they like it and it's for them, sure. But I don't know. It's heavy going, right? Keep in mind, we also have an annual option as well. It's less expensive for the year, roughly matching Pilot Edge. Look, I'm not here to tell anyone how to run their business. I'm just saying, like, if I'm a customer, I'm going to say, okay, can I get the thing to do what I needed to do for $30, or do I need to spend $360? Or there's a discount if it's for the year. They'll probably bring it down to about $290 or something. Yeah, if it's Pilot Edge pricing. That's where it's at right now. And yes, there are nice features here. Like the tour guide, technically, you know, there's add-ons that do that as well. You guys have included it in there. It's very exciting to see kind of where the future of this is going. It's very exciting. Because like it's using AI. I mean, it's you're using artificial intelligence, and it's trying to get you to do some stuff. And there's no doubt from my experience after using both programs, SayIntentions, it figures out what I'm trying to say to it quicker. It's more customizable because I can literally put in any call sign I want, and I can kind of tell, hey, what's going on.
Embraer 225, Echo Mike, follow the Cessna, then hold short of taxiway Romeo. Following the Cessna, holding short of taxiway Romeo, Embraer 225, Echo Mike.
Like, you know, you can jump on and ask it anything. Shannon Ground, can you advise the weather? Sun and Ground. It'll figure it out though, right? And again, it's like machine learning. It's going off to figure out what it is I've said. And this will get faster and faster as the weeks and months go on, right?
Shamrock 235. So here's the latest scoop on the weather. Winds are nice and calm. You've got a few clouds hanging around at 3,000 and some scattered friends up at 9,000. The temp is sitting at a cool 12 degrees due decimals not far behind at 10. And your QNH is 1027. Looks like it's all steady as she goes. No big changes on the horizon.
That's a big 10-4 there, Red Rider. Right,
Hello
but
there.
you know what I mean, right? Is this ATC a computer or... Yeah, pretty much. KR288, welcome in. The latest scoop. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Can't SayIntentions import your call sign from SimBrief generated flights? Yeah, I think so.
Shamrock 235, copy that.
Right? Still not as cool as Information Bubba. Shannon Ground, how many departures do you have? Beyond ATC, cannot import VA call signs like pilot to ATC. Okay. Let's see if you can figure out what we're saying there. So go back into pricing, yeah?
Shamrock 235, currently no departures.
So you can see, like, SayIntentions has more, does it connect to you a little bit more? Right? It features, like, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Hello there.
It seems to be doing a little bit more than just, you know. Hey, Shannon Ground, as I'm waiting, can you tell me a joke? An option has been added to prefer VA call signs. Not sure how it works though. Oh, okay.
Shamrock 235. Sure, here's one for you. Why did the airplane get sent to its room? Because it had a bad altitude. Airbus 450.
Right? So, yeah. Murph, when I worked for Microsoft years ago, they then already had a machine learning AI model that was incredible before Azure really took off. If they wanted, they could use the sim as a great showcase for Azure Tech via ATC, just like we think that they are with the photogrammetry in Bing. Let's see what FlightSim 2024 has to offer. That's a very good point. What do you think? Like, is this something that Microsoft could absolutely horse in there? Their own version? Imagine? Jesus. Gibbo, I tell you what, if you've caught... No, I'm not going to... No. I'll send you a punnet of strawberries. Right? Because Gibbo's usually right about this stuff, right? That's interesting. What if what we're seeing here does end up as a base feature of FlightSim 2024? Like, holy... Like, right? We just don't know. We don't have the details. And as Gibbo said, back in the day, they had it. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Again, we'll jump back into Beyond ATC. So we can tell jokes to SayIntentions. That's pretty cool, right? You'll never have another lonely flight. That's kind of cool, right? I like that feature. In terms of realism or whatever, I don't know. But like, I like that feature, right? So let's jump into, you know...
Beyond ATC connected.
We'll jump back into Beatrice here now for a second. And we'll see what information... Well, she's not going to deviate. We know that. Right? She ain't going to deviate. Shannon Ground. I just like the accent.
Information Quebec. 2130 Zulu. Wind 015 at 2 few clouds at 3000. Temperature 12. 2.1.
Right. Shannon Ground, Shamrock 235, Airbus A320, stand 30, information whiskey, request IF4 to Dublin. Oh, didn't figure it out. I probably spoke too fast for it. And again, I don't know what way the engine is trying to listen to what I'm saying versus SayIntentions, because SayIntentions populates what I'm saying and it comes up all mad, but it figures out what I'm trying to say. It actually gets it, you know what I mean? The tech is certainly cool and capable, but maybe it's still new enough and expensive enough to be commercially accessible to many people. AI in general right now feels more like fancy tech. Yeah. SayIntentions work at GA as Beyond ATC doesn't. For the moment, this moment, that is correct. Would you trust the Microsoft servers? Isn't there AI already called Copilot? It is, Dux. It doesn't do any of this though. Okay, that's not liking that at all. Interesting. So Shannon ate us. It doesn't want to connect. I think I broke it. Right, we'll give it one more bash. We have two options when it comes to this ATC stuff, the AI ATC. And as I said, it boils down to the pricing, lads. That's, to me, SayIntentions has...
Beyond ATC connected.
SayIntentions has a lot more flexibility.
Hello there.
There's no doubt. There's a lot more flexibility. Beyond ATC seems to be on the rails, but as an ATC training thingy, I think that's handy. You know what I mean? Alright, that's all grand. Nothing tuned, so let's just do a little kind of 1 to 1.8.